And what's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're having a good time. After a little bit of a reschedule and the first game for the playoffs, we are going to be hopping into one of the greatest games, in my opinion, so far, which will be Into the Breach going against Johnny Speed. So guys, I have to say, this is gonna be a banger. You can actually see the playoffs right over here from at the moment. So it's gonna be a static going against TSM, Into the Breach going against Johnny Speeds. That Upper Graham actually is going to get rescheduled a little bit later on, and Permita going against Astralis Talent, and Verdant going against Enterprise. We have to talk about the sad news. Joel did get banned, and that was BC Games roster that got relegated from the tournament, and Verdant will be covering for them, which is kind of cool in a way. It is a little bit sad that the situation happened. Hey, that's life. Sometimes you do dumb stuff, you get banned. So, the cool thing is that Verdant will be covering for that team. And Verdant is one of those teams that I've been actually kind of hyped to check out what they're doing. They're doing a lot of cool stuff as an organization. But we are going to be talking a little bit more about the current game. It's going to be Johnny Speed, so Drake and Bob XD, Shazzy. That's going to be Spook, and the last player there just didn't quite see the name, but you can actually get the full information from HLTV. That was Rolf, by the way. And of course, Into the Breach will be made out of a team called Juan Flatro, Chaos, Synapsi, Smuya, and Boros. Chaos seemed to have had a couple of issues there at the start, but finally joined the server all the way over from Belgium. And this is gonna be a banger. You can actually see the maps on the screen at the moment, and we're hopping directly into the game. So everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're having a good time, as we are going to be starting the first map here on Ancient. After that, we are going to be hopping into the Breach's own mapping, which will be Mirage and Anubis. If we need it, I have a little bit of a feeling. I really wish it's going to fall on Anubis. First shot from Draken. This time around, hitting some very good shots at the early beginnings. That's going to be Shazzy with the second one onto Juan Flatro. And Molly's will be landing on towards the site to try to take that control just a bit back, but it just quite doesn't work out. Draken comes out with the second kill on Boros. That's Chaos finally with something. A little bit late on the server, doesn't matter. He's still performing. Exactly what we need, but we need more kills from the man. Smuya. Owen Butterfield. Trying to find his spot here. Just giving that site control back to the T's, and it seems like they're just going to go for the armor save. That's going to be the best that they can go for in a situation like this, looking at how much the bomb has already been ticking. There's not going to be a lot to play for on that retake. And this will be... Oh, wait a minute. We're getting banter in the chat. ETB, team with no future. Oh, God! I know that there's some ITB fans in the chat at the moment. You can't believe that. Are you gonna allow that? Really? ITB will disband in 3 months. Mark my words. Oh, God. We're seeing some banter in the chat at the moment. I'm not even gonna call that a banter. That's just insults. Oh. You can't allow that as a fan. Admin, we love you, man. Donut. I'm actually the caster. They just gave me the moderator for some reason. Not entirely even sure why. Okay. Some people are on the side of ITB. To be honest, that's at the moment, there's a lot of talk about ITB. Do we have any fans for JJ? Sorry, JS, Johnny Speeds. I was thinking about another thing. We see a lot of ITBs though, so that's kind of cool. Johnny Speeds! Anybody on the side of him? Any Swedes in the chat? Any jag jävla svenska? Jättebra! Or whatever. What's your name? It's just Donut. Or Christopher. Speed, let's go. Okay. I'm not going to say that because I might get banned, but thank you anyways. So, hopping into the gun round, or the first buy. That's going to be the counter buy coming in from ITB. Trying to get that control at the early moments, but it's not going to work out. Synopsy will be taken care of, and Draken is just watching that box. That's going to be the molly to push out Juan Flatro, but he's going to use the smoke to play a bit more time. The nade actually launches. That's going to be Spook with a kill, but a quick trade coming out of Smuya. 10p9 at least finding a kill. That's going to be Chaos with 1. Johnny Speed's starting to lose a couple of players. It's a 3 versus 3. But the problem is there's only a set of kits. And ITB will be defaulting this round into a loss, which is okay. Ha 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 ha! Bra svenska. I'm not sure why, but every time I'm thinking Swedish words, I hear like an accent in my brain, which sounds like something like that. So hopefully that's not insulting. Hopefully it's cool. Smoothie is a KD player. Okay. He needs kills to actually have a KD, so... I'm just kidding. I actually drank way too many energy drinks before starting, so that wasn't a good idea. Didn't even need anything. Here we go. Yeah, PewDiePie accident. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So, another round. Another burned victim. Chaos will be taking a full stack out of that molly. That's going to be the USB. Oh, it takes a little too long, but Boros does find the kill. He's going to run directly into the action. The problem is, oh, Jazzy just gets away from that corner. Wasn't that far away from Boros to actually come out with a couple of kills there. Are anybody going to be checking behind the box? Of course they are. Draken takes care of Smooya. Clean entries towards the A side. Only losing a player so far for that mid play. And the bomb will be going down with the serious numbers and everything. Challenges from Spook. How the Spook want to challenge these situations. I'm pretty sure that Boros wants to stack a couple of $100 more with that Mac 10. Johan Flatro, the star from the previous matches. We haven't really seen a lot from him, but of course this is a very early on game, so there's really not that many chances, not that many situations. The UI is better than a major. Yeah, we have a pretty cool UI. It's clean. In my opinion, there's a couple of things we have to fix. For example, in my opinion, we have to have the money all the time. The money is very important for some of those rounds. But when it, for example, gets to that one-to-one situation or stuff like that, it blocks the other players, but it's okay. That's something we can fix. And here we go. A buy is coming in. Look at this. Starting to look pretty good at the moment. So, this is the first round that we are going to see from Into the Breach with a full buy. Johnny Speeds. Oh, they're enjoying this moment. If they could actually win this round, that's gonna give them their fort and destroy that economy at the same time. Maybe push them into a bad spot where they have to either go for the force or the save. First shot coming in from Smooya, the British Opper. Doing some great work. Spooky will be taken care of. The lane pick works out for one. And Bob XT waltzing in towards that middle. Nobody's here to challenge him. Rolf actually finds a kill on the Kios. That's an entry from the B side. Actually, he's got to go for the full triple. What the F is going on? Stepping into the side at the moment. Guns blazing. Rolf opening up the game into a spot. Almost even actually challenges for that fourth kill as well. But it's got to be Smooya with a quick kill. And actually trades the fallen teammates, but goes through that smoke. And it's got to be Draken to drop him down. And 1-2. Boros literally with 1 HP. Not a lot he can actually do with this one. But we have seen crazier things. Now the question is, are we going to see a retake attempt from the last player on ITB? Or did Rolf shock them enough? Smooya trying to go for plays. Meanwhile, his whole team gets taken care of. The Swedish rifler just looking insane at the moment. And it seems like the op has been picked up, Boris. Missing a couple of bunny hop steps. It's okay. Not looking that bad. Maybe practice a little bit more. Save that off for our next one. There's still a chance. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Johnny Speeds takes care of the buy from Into the Breach, and this is going to be throwing them into a little bit of an awkward spot, especially with the op being saved. I think they're going to go for the buy here. But that is going to be a little bit of an easier round for the side of JS. Where they can actually start to build up a very good health. Kaboom! You can actually see the fire burning. In my opinion, this is one of the most highlighted games throughout the series so far. Throughout the tournament. This was actually a game that I was waiting for a very long time. One of these teams going ahead each other. And ITB with JS at the start of the playoffs. Giving us a bang of a game. Of course, it's a little bit in the works at the moment. As we are waiting for more rounds. Let me just check out the bracket. So, the next hyped game, I think... Yeah, it seems like the game from Ecstatic TSM, that's going to be at 11 o'clock on Tuesday. Permita, Astralis Talent, 16:30 at Tuesday as well. And 13 and 30 is going to be Verdant versus Enterprise. So 3 games, 3 best of 3s for tomorrow. So, anybody enjoying the action, remember to be here tomorrow as well. We have a lot to cast about. Off we go. Utility bombardment. Boros coming out with the first kill on the Bob XD. Defense is starting to look a little bit better. It's going to be the 5-7 to find a kill. Spooky drops down to a flat throw. That's going to be Rolf with the kill on the Synopsy. The XB and E members dropping onto the floor. And just a couple of players surviving this mayhem. There's going to be Chaos and Smuya. There's a lot of work to do to try to pull this round back. Pushing on towards that middle Chaos. Just trying to find a kill here. No, it's not going to work out. It's going to be Smuya to hunt down one of the players. Getting a little bit closer from the lane. That's going to be a second kill on Chaos. Okay, it's starting to look a little bit better at the moment. ITB pulling this into a 1 versus 2. Drake, and he has a lot to do here, of course. Not the end of the world if he loses this round, but it's going to be the rise out of the mixed team. Chaos just holding down middle with the newly picked up rifle. There's a push coming in from Drake, and known for hitting insane shots with the AWP. That's going to be one of the kills needed. Drops down Chaos from middle, actually pushes away from the site. The problem is that the bomb has been left into the T-spawn. And that's going to be Smuya trying to guard it. Pushing down, and it's going to be a flat shot to the chest. Draken gets taken care of. ATB actually bringing out a round. And what we were talking about before... goes to the other way as well. Now they get the buy. And it's looking a lot better. That's gonna be the smokes at the start. Looking at the buy. Both of the teams fully equipped to the brim. A lot of utility used and spent at the start. Synopsy getting a bit closer. Wants to go for a challenge here. Has to be a little bit careful with the utilities going to be throwing, especially that way. We have seen some smoke pushes before, especially from JS. There's going to be a little bit of damage done to through the soft wall here. There's Smuya. Oh, executes one of the players. The pit push works out to for actually 2. That's going to be Synopsy with the second kill from the A main. So a 2-man advantage, at least for ITB so far. Good peek coming out of Spooky to actually bring it back to a man advantage. So they can actually still work with this one. It's not the end of the world, especially with the push coming out of Donut at the moment. Shazi drops down Boros. That's a little bit of a mistake, leaving that much space and just walking into that spot. But Synopsy still has the A side control from Ruins, but the real push is happening at B. Now the question is, ITB, will they actually react to this one? Here it is, Draken starting to push a little bit closer here. The top of the head being shown. The British Opera is gonna hit the shot. That's gonna be the second kill. Actually reacts to the second player pushing in from the red. Spots the player from the pit. It's gonna be Chaos. The team works for the dream. I'm not entirely sure what that means. Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, okay, hopefully that's good. 2 rounds on the board for ITB. Very early picks working out for their favor. Just losing a player there. Samoya. And Johnny Speeds having to go for a save. Eagles without armor. One of the crazy things is that a lot of people like to just throw these rounds away. These Deagles are very, very scary. Especially in the hands of some players. They can hit some gnarly shots with it. Boros, inches away that he could actually stack a couple of kills depending how quickly he will be traded. Let's see. Is it gonna be 3? Is it gonna be 2? Is it gonna be a full ace? I'm not sure. Shazi will be the first one to try to jump over the line to pull that crosshair away from him. Is it gonna happen? No, there's just now spotting the player. It's just gonna be a tap to the face. Not a single kill for the Jordanian player. It's gonna be Synopsy to come out with the trade. Gets the second one. That spray is good for the third one as well. The bomb will be planted, which is something that JS was looking for. They're looking to do a little bit more damage, but the problem is Smooya won't let them. A player drop from the ruins. There's still a player on top, behind the box. Actually, that's the second kill already from Spooky. Could have gone for the second one as well. But it's controlled. ITB, they pull it back. That is the third round on the board. But JS, with that entry. Well, with Cannon you can take a very good picture, especially a portrait. A shot to the face, not to the heart. Bon Jovi. One flat draw, 7-0-7, and they're still gaining the lead. That's interesting. One round away from bringing this to a tie. A buy round coming out. Seems like the man has a little bit of a problem with his stats at the moment as he's going for the hunt. But neither of the players from the side of Johnny Speeds looking for any conflict. They're just going to give the starting portion of this round for ITB to do what exactly they feel like it. Feel with it, sorry. That's going to be Chaos. Giving back the pit control. That's got to be the nade for the players to make sure that nobody's on the other side of it. And after those trades, neither one of the teams are going to take any damage from it. Bob XD getting a bit closer from the double doors. It's got to be the molly for the little portion of the cave. Little hubby there. Yes. Couple of drills coming through. Neither of the teams really managing to do any damage there. Just letting them know what's up on the board. That's going to be the execution already coming out. John Flatro makes it the first kill. Gets the second one as well. That's going to be Chaos with 2. And the defense works like an oiled machine. At least Spooky drops a player, but saving 4 players on a round like this, especially on many of these rounds, they have been saving enough players to actually stack up that economy. You can just check out that money. Look at that money. That's a beautiful amount of money. You can actually even buy a house with that money. Or not maybe a full house here in Europe, but you get a nice down payment. That's looking very good at the moment. 3 8Ks and an M4. A lot of weapons being brought in from the Soviet era. Utility being used for the cave. That's got to be the lamp room already underneath the control of Spooky. And utility will be used as well to try to push him out. That's got to smoke to gain a little bit control. The question is, are they going to play around with this one? No. ITB is just using this utility to try to push them. And to see what kind of mistakes they want to go for. Shazi readying up from the pit for the full execution. And we're seeing a little bit of a stack from the cave. That's going to leave a lot of work for Smooya. He can't really miss a shot here, especially with 4 players ready to push in. And oh, Smooya is going in for the place. This could be bad. He gets the shot onto the op. Gets dinked immediately. That's going to be Shazi with the kill, but they're a little bit too late. Bob XC comes up with a beautiful shot out of that Deagle. And Juan Flatro keeps the control, but the problem is there is a lurk pushing in from the cave. But through the smoke, Synopsy drops out one of the players. It's going to be the counter smoke kill coming out of Spooky. And a 1-2-1, and Boros left in a little bit of an awkward spot. Spot the player. Oh, uses the bullet at the worst possible timing. Shows his cards. And that's a little bit control for Spooky. Knows the flash corner, but oh, Boros, he goes for the 1 versus 1. In Finnish, we say rehtiä. Doesn't matter there's a flash. He doesn't give a F. Dry peeks him, wins the fight. Boros has the better crosshair placement. He gave him the Seema, then he pulled out the rug. That sounds... It hurts him. 5 rounds in a row. A round lead for Into the Breach. Just looking at the board at the moment. There's still a bye. There's also some question marks underneath them. It's not about the money that you're... Oh my god, that looks horrible. Oh god, it's even worse at the moment. Pop XD. Oh, he's mad now. Last round was with the Deagle. This time around, you give him an AK. Oh, he's gonna get some kills. That's gonna be Spooky with 1 as well. 3 players at the start of the round has been just absolutely annihilated. And I was just about to say, Into the Breach, this logo is burning. It's looking good. The rounds that they have been winning, it doesn't even matter how much money Johnny Speeds has. They just kind of win the round, but this is exactly how they flip it around. The second I say anything, commentators curse. Brings Johnny Speeds a ridiculously good spot, but it's still Chaos just trying to pull it back. Only gets 2. And Smooya left in a 1 versus 3. The question is, can he do what's needed? Can he get the crosshair on top of the player? He's been actually hitting some very good shots so far. But it seems like the save is going to be the real opportunity for ITB. To let them win around is not the end of the world. Oh, God. In between the legs, too. Palikoista has a 2% chance of a retake. And it's getting worse every single second. Smooya, time to face reality and trying to bring that up for the next round. Kaboom. $69,000 or $6,900. I think that's the one. Nice. Looking at the money at the moment, still enough for a buy. It is going to clean the bank account, but they get the utility that they're looking for. Some of the players don't have the head armor. We only see 2 kits, so try to remember this, as we are going to be hopping into a situation where if that if that bomb gets planted, that might raise a couple of problems. Buy a diffuser, don't be a loser. Early shot from that up, not really finding a target. That's going to be middle control for Bob XD. Looking into giving them the same mayhem, also doing a little bit damage through the smoke. Looking very good. Boros trying to jump away from that spot. Johan Fletcher actually uses that situation for a very good defending kill. But it's gonna be Rolf with a kill onto Synopsy. A side already being compromised. Utility being used for the CT lane as well. Boros, 32 HP. He needs a kill. He can't go down without one. Already even alert coming in from middle. That's gonna be Spooky. To use that situation perfectly, to drop a player. Oh, Boros goes for the swing, doesn't get anything, but it's going to be Chaos again to try to pull it back. Johan Fletcher left in a 1 versus 1, doesn't have a lot of HP to play around with as well. It's gonna be Spooky, 96. He can actually manage to grab a couple of shots. Oh, that Flatro gang is playing this so well! You see a smoke, you push it, 2v2k, right over there. And Into the Breach. They actually take half of the rounds here on the first half, and there's still one to be played for. What a play from Juan Flatro. He has the cojones of a basketball at the moment. I'm not entirely sure how he's walking, but if he's doing that well, maybe those smoke pushes are okay. Having a little bit of a silent start. Starting to look very good. And to be honest, both of the teams, we're actually getting a battle. This isn't just a walkover at the moment. I love seeing this. Johnny Speeds playing well. Into the Breach bringing their own. That's going to be Spooky with a counter kill onto Juan Flatro, the star of the last round, who pulled it back. Meanwhile, Rolf enjoying the smokes here On B side, again, beautiful entry. Goes down for the second one as well. Could he go for the third one? No. If he gets another triple from B side, that's a little bit of a problem. Shazzy drops down Smooya. And that leaves Burrows in a 1 versus 3. With, well, if you want to call this a rifle, you can. Just a very shitty one. Draken annihilates him from close distance. That hurts. People calling for an overtime already. Again, I'm going to throw the question to the chat. Is this going to be a map for JS? Does ITB have any chances? Is this going to be a 2-0 series? Are we going to see a 2-1? Are we going to see Anubis? Is it possible to see a map that dusty again? Actually, Mirage is kind of dusty as well. And at the moment, as we have so many active people in the chat as well, I want to ask this. If you can delete a map at the moment from a pool, which map would you delete? What would you bring back in? There are some real answers. So the correct answer is Mirage. And the correct pool is going to be Train or Cash. Anubis. No, it's not Anubis. It's Tuscan, sorry. I don't want to hear any of that cobblestone bullshit. You people are sick. But we're hopping back into it. So pistol round. This time around, it's not gonna seal the fate of any of the teams, but it is good to win it. Juan Deek. Juan flat throw. Bringing the memes from 2015. Love it. Draken. Always going to be the first one to try to take this full push. And it seems like ITB, they're not entirely sure what they want to go for. It's going to be the smoke for the B A side execution, both of them. So they're going to cover up the site, and the push will be happening in about a second. There's a couple of flashes that they can use, but it's going to be Spooky with a kill from the lamp room. Meanwhile, that Molotov will be pushing away Drake, and he gets down. That's going to be Shazzy with 1 kill, but these trades are working out very well at the moment. Into the breach, making this a possibility. The bomb gets planted, and this will be a retake coming out of Johnny's Beach. What a beautiful shot out of that USB. A tap to the face to shut down Kiosk. Bob XD definitely sharp with those pistols. That's gonna be Spooky with the last kill as well. And Johnny, here comes Johnny. They are going to grab that round. Remove dust and bring back cobble. Somebody ban this man from the chat right now. By the way, use the code EPL and get 50 cents and a 10% deposit bonus on key drop. There's a $450 giveaway at the moment that it doesn't even have a lot of people registered into it at the moment. You have a very good chance of winning a bunch of knives shown on the picture. So go for it, brothers. Do it. Old cobbles, not the old or the new or the updated one. I don't care. No cobblestones. No. Bad map. I don't like. Train. How is that people hype for Train? Oh, God. Simplistic round like this. At least Spooky won't be handing those pistols over. Synopsy will be taken care of. This is gonna be just a very quick, simple round against Glocks. Sometimes you get a kill, sometimes you don't. It's okay. It's going to be the round after that gets interesting, because this is going to be the first buy. As we are going to be changing the halves. And this is where it gets interesting. Can ITB convert one of these early rounds into a win? Maybe step into the economy of JS. They want to hurt it. Let's see what they can actually do here. A couple of flashes and utilities. Enough to go for any execute. That's going to be the deep smoke from the CT defense to make sure that they have lane control. ITB is not going to contest it. And to be honest, we're not really getting that many contesting situations from any of the spots, except A side is being fully left open. Look at how much space there is. Of course, that's the problem. See, into the breach, they don't know about how open the A side is at the moment. If Synopsy just took a little glance inside, that could have been around. And just look at the reaction at the moment. They are pulling the bomb a little bit closer towards the A play. This is not a read. This is just them going for a full A side execution. They have no idea where the players are, and especially with Chaos just lurking behind, that could actually keep the players from the CTs locked into that B side. This is going to be a little bit of a problem. They need to get some kind of information soon, and there's none. That's going to be the overhand molly to fake it out at the first. Chaos will be molly, which actually works out against them. A side is fully open. They're just going to go for the execution. Johnny Speedster so far away from the side. Look at the control coming out. One flat throw will be the first one to challenge them. Chaos actually gets a kill even from the B side. Guess the second one. Well, okay. Bob XD is the only one to actually drop somebody through the smoke. That's going to be Sazi with one kill on the Chaos. That took a little too long. And right now, Johnny, they need to figure out if they want to even go for this one, especially after that. That's going to be John Flatero just dropping Jazzy. And that's a punch to the balls. Doesn't feel good, but it still happened. A-side execution, just a guess to go for that play. And JS, they're going to enjoy it. Oh, God. I do understand... I am gonna give it to you. Okay, I do understand that you want to go for, especially when you have a little bit of a lower of an economy. You don't have the best weaponry, stuff like that. You want to go for example, what is it called? Like a lottery hold. Hope that they're gonna go for the B-side execution. Hope that they're gonna go for the middle play. But you have to have some kind of a hold, some kind of a system for the A-side play. You don't need every single 5 players in those spots. That's exactly what can happen. It's a 33% chance of actually taking the right lane, especially if you have somebody probing it. To be honest, if they pushed Synopsy at the start of the round there, that could have been so much map space before they even understood what happened. Map control. That's a timeout. Maybe a good one to talk about what happened. Yeah, gamble. That's the one. Thank you. Gamble hold. I call it a lottery, but it's basically the same thing. Here we go. This time, some of the players are ready for the B-side execution. And it seems like into the breach. What worked before seems to be the answer again. John Flatro challenging Sazi on that donut hold. That's just going to be a single kill. Synopsy comes out with a second one. That's the 3rd kill of the round already. It was a slow push, but it worked out so well. And the buy from Johnny Speeds gets tackled down immediately. And this is exactly what I was talking about. It doesn't matter who wins those first rounds when it's a 6-6. It really only matters who wins the gun rounds. A shot to the face, not to the heart. Bon Jovi. Spooky. Gets the quick trade on the Kiosk. Nice Synopsy dancing inside those smokes. Okay. That's $1,200 for the man. At least something. And this is getting a little bit interesting. No money. JS, they can't really go for a buy here. And it's been a while that we have seen these crazy buys, just like from Envious back in the days. The French lineup just going for crazy buys every now and then. This time around, it seems to be a little bit more orthodox. They're going to be saving every single penny for the next round. And with that loss bonus, they can actually do something with it. And for Into the Breach, this will be the best chance to bring their 9th round on the board. Also the question, if they win the 2nd gun round. I'm not gonna paint with a too wide of a brush here, but this is a very good spot to be at if you are an ITB fan. That's the entry already with the bomb down. B side works out perfectly. That's the MAC-10 trying to hunt for a couple of shots. Synapse actually even steps into one. And the MAC-10s, or the MAC-10, coming out victorious. And this is where the pressure starts to build up. Even if you get that little adrenaline from the buy, you understand that finally we can actually fight against them. The importance of this round is deep. For Into the Breach, it's just a round. They win this, they take the control of the map. If they lose this, they're still a buy. But look at this, the abuse out of that A side still working out. This is just insane. Oh, they're just gonna go for the same place again and again. That's gonna be the blocked smoke this time around. You're not gonna see inside of it. We're not gonna give you that control. Bob actually drops Synapse. Very impactful on the previous gun round. And that is going to be Boros. Everybody leaving that side alone. Not even making a couple of steps. Boros will be actually hanging down here with the bomb. Seems like the plans just got changed. They want to go for the fake here. So let's see how they actually can make this happen. Getting a little bit closer towards the double doors. There's a player pushing through it. Lorf has to be careful, because that could happen, and that will pull out, just look at the minimap, that will pull out the retake, the rotation back towards that B side, which leaves the A side very vulnerable at the moment. And as they don't have an operator there, it's gonna be Shazi only with a rifle. He has to do a lot of work from that little angle, or let them pass towards the side. Nobody's holding donut. Everybody is pushing on towards the B side. This fake is working so well. With 30 seconds left on the clock, there's nothing else that they can actually even believe. And Juan Flatro even opens up the site. That's a little bit of a baller move to actually go for. It works out. Spooky held up into the cave, but this is all a bamboozle. It's a joke. It's a fake. It's a mirage. The bomb will be planted on towards that A side. They know it now. They screw up big time. Smooya, I'm not entirely sure what you're looking at the moment, but gets down at the first. And it's going to be the backhold from Boros. The only thing he can't do is miss. This is going to be a double. First and a second. Maybe actually the third kill. No! It's going to be Spooky to bring it back to a 1 versus 1. Boros doing all the job needed. And low on HP. Spooky turns away from that nade. Wins that fight. Kios sacrifices his body. And it's still not around. JS, they convert it. Oh, that got close. There might be some very sweaty pants in the Swedish audience at the moment. And no, it's not a tipped over beer can. What a play. The problem with that play, or with that round entirely, is that it got very expensive. Just look at the buy at the moment. Ooh. And this is in the same realm as before. If Into the Breach wins this round, it's gonna affect him very negatively. Johnny Speeds. Not only do they have to win a round here, they actually have to win it pretty cleanly. Because there still might be a force spike coming out of ITB, depending what happens on this one. It's gotta be Shazi to try to push in towards that A main. He gets the control. First time in his early rounds, we actually see Johnny Speeds trying to go for the information. Smooya just drops down Drake, and we haven't really seen that much off action coming out of the Swedish Opera. And a lot of damage has been done towards the slain walls here. It's gotta be Shazi with Rolf to actually get a couple of kills. The push works. And from lane, Synapse is just ready for that head to pop up. Spooky even gets one more. Shazi still battling on towards that A side. The bomb very far away from it. Smooya actually gets the kill onto him. Nobody else really doing a lot on this round. But we still have one flat throw. 18-9 for Smooya. A KD of 2. Looking very good. And both of the players playing like the army of 2. Trying to hunt for these players. But the time, 40 seconds. With the bomb left on the other side of the map, they have to find a kill to make this happen. And this might just be a save. It's a little bit anticlimactic in a way. Looking at Johnny Speed's economy. Into the breach with the best looking rounds to start to shut it down. They have to default it as a loss. Op shot misses. They're still actually pushing onto these weapons. Are they gonna... No, they're not even gonna go for the time play. Yeah, Johnny Speeds, they understand. They don't have the time... They don't have the money to play around either. You can't go for crazy. To think about the fact that this is the first map. 10-9. A round lead for JS. And there is some kind of a teamwork starting to form here. We are still going to be hopping at least into Mirage. This lane nade. Doesn't do anything. That's going to be Bob XD. Just waiting from the window. What can he go for? Nobody's there to challenge him. Finally, a player pushing in towards the cave. That's going to be one flat throw. If he gets that space for free and nobody's going to be contesting him, that's going to be a little bit of a problem, especially with the players pushing a little bit closer. They are going to go for the challenge against Bob. That's going to be the flash for the lane. Nobody's actually being taken care of. That's going to be Spooky ready for the cave push. And finally, we're getting a formidable defense. We're not actually seeing any of these kills. So hopefully that gets fixed. And it still seems like they want to go for the lane. And B-side split. Smuya equipped with a very large cannon. With cannon you can. And here it is. There's the silence. The build around it is already a player through. Gets the first shot. Doesn't check the quick close corner. Oh, the ninja works out for one. And Smuya, if he could get the opening on towards the middle player, maybe the second kill onto Shazi holding on to that ASAP, but the problem is 20 seconds left. Chaos only with a Glock. You can actually do a lot with this. They were actually wishing to drop some weapons. Maybe Chaos could have picked up a gun, but the utility will be thrown for Smuya, as Chaos is going to sacrifice his life for the greater good. But it doesn't even get out of the main door. It's done for him. And here we go, JS. A round away from map point on their own map pick. ITB giving the best chance to actually turn this into a victory. Away, and now they have to actually crawl back into it. That's a lot of grinding to do. A couple of rounds with full economy. And that's where it gets tough. The silence. I love it. No pasar. Means enter. The little timeout's being used. Both of the teams understanding how important this round is for JS. It's a way to alleviate a little bit of that pressure. Means do not enter. No, I'm Spanish. It means enter. There's cheetahs on the other side. You get to pet them. Touch them with your hands and things. So, getting back to it. Lane hold from into the breach at the start of a round. Trying to get that position. Maybe anybody wants to go for the cave hold. They are going to be meeting this up. So we actually gains a lot of control directly at the start. This is a little bit of a problem from JS. Okay, I do understand the cave holds have been working out, but this time around they're just giving so much space. Bob XD actually on the other side of it. Smuya gets a drop from B. That is going to be the dink. Oh, Chaos coming so close to get that trade. And that could have been it. But B side fully open. They get the control. The bomb will be going down. But is it? It's so far away from the site. And this is Boros just taking a couple of sneaky steps. He needs to get back on that side ASAP. Especially as the retake is coming in. And they're getting just a little bit closer. Smuya can't really falter here. He needs to hit that shot. And it's going to be the long assist. The first and the second kill coming out. Smuya drops down Bob XC. That's going to be one flat throw with a beautiful second shot. Burrows. He goes down on that push. At least he gets the bomb down. A push coming in from the the cave. And a bit at the same time. They're challenging. Very good second kill for one flat throw. to stabilize it. This is Drake and left in an uncomfortable spot. He gets that quick shot onto Juan Flatro, but no. They're not going to go for the... No retakes happening. Draken will be giving it away. I think Smooy actually spotted the player. He's going to go for the quick shot. Oh, drill shot through the wall. No, doesn't work out. At least he gets away with a kill. But into the breach, they get away with a round. Why am I laughing? Timeout again. This is exactly what I was hoping for. A fight like this, neck to neck. Timeout's being used to talk about what's happening, what they can actually do in a situation like this. Oh, I like this. More of this. They could actually go for a second timeout as well. It is a double op setup coming up. Sazi with the one of the longer rifles. Spooky has to be okay with that MP9. Not a question, does it work? Double op setups. A two-sided knife. You can hold your positions very easily with them. Get those early kills, but if you miss any, map control will be lost, and if you lose the site control, that is going to be a hell of a time to try to retake the site with a couple of ops. We've seen it before, but it's not advisable. PG-13 content right there. Quick swing, Drake, and gets the first shot. Oh, fully blinded. Rolf goes for the full swing. Can't see anything. The op shot hits again, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Op on the retake. That's going to be the first peak coming out. Juan Fletcher goes for the R at the worst possible timing. Makias comes out with the save. Drops down Spooky, and both of the players, they know what time is it. The time is, do not go for the retake time. We need to save time because there's no money for the next round. Into the breach. They bring it to 11. Here it is. A tied situation with Johnny Speeds barely having the money to buy for the next round. And ITB, oh, they're enjoying this situation right here. And the question is, are they going to be throwing the second round? Or the next round? What's the script for the next one? Bob XD drops Juan Flatro. Juan! Getting a shot to the body. And the op will be saved for the next one. A very important save here. Drake, and actually, he did a good job there. Trying to hold down to the site, but the problem is he didn't quite get away from that last push. Let's go. It's Caster doesn't have a clue what he's saying time. Yeah, it is true. It's a very good buy. Deagle and 2 MP9s, 1 M4. I'm sorry. You were right. 11-11. A harsh spot to be at. This is a round for either of the teams, and they're gonna hit map point. Rolf, actually, it seems to be a good buy as he gets one with the Deagle already. It's going to be one of the no names in the team. Boris actually gets a quick trade. Works out for one. And this is going to be the bomb plant again. Into the breach, enjoying this. And Johnny Speeds, they have to make a very quick decision. Do they want to actually go for a retake? They do get one of the kills into the smoke, so that's going to be Bob XD with one. I'm not entirely sure if that was a good idea from Synopsis to try to go balls out with that AK. I think that was an M4, I'm not entirely sure. Bob flash for long, already retake pushing in. Smooya gets one from the Chaos. That's going to be Boros with the second one. Spooky only with one. Smooya drops the player, and that is going to be Draken left in a 1 versus 2. And oh, it's not looking good. Every single weapon gets wiped out, and there's the money. Enjoy, boys. 3K to buy in. Yeah, I didn't get my words out yet. But to be honest, you were kind of right. He did do a good job with the Deagle. The actual weapons didn't do anything. High five. Oh, God. Your own map pick. So close. But so far away. And off we go. Overtime, sorry. Or just a win for ITB. I'm gonna ask it from the chat again. Is it possible for them to actually bring this to an overtime with an M4, 2 MP9s, 5.7 and a Deagle on the hands of Draken? Or are we going to be hopping into Mirage? There's a quick trade. Juan Flatro gets the kill onto Rolf. But Spooky. Oh, the spooky spook comes. Oh, okay, somebody said no at the worst possible time as Bob XD with a double 5.7 kill to shut it down. Synopsy with Chaos get left with a lot to do. Oh, the missed shot from Bob XD. No, not like this. This is not what you want to see. Spooky getting a little bit closer towards that side. Synopsy has to be careful where he's playing that weapon. And that's just that execution from the Swede. And as the sole player, Chaos, left in 1 versus 2 with that bomb. To be honest, he can go for the B-side plant, but it's going to be Spooky. Going for the quick play for the middle. If he spots this player, that's going to be it. The first kill coming out. That wasn't that far away. Spooky shuts it down, brings it to an overtime. And boys, it's continuing. And I love it. Ha 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 ha, sir. No, it's called Acer. Acer computer. To be honest, the more rounds we're getting, the hotter it's getting here. Are we going to get... What are we gonna get? That's the question. I actually have to shut down, like, close my window because I'm gonna get evicted if I keep yelling here. They don't like it. We have old people. They like to sleep at this time. But we don't give a shit. We're getting back to the game right now for the first weapon round. This time around, it's not about money. They have the moolah, they have the cash, they have everything to go for what exactly buy they want to go for. And even 10k left into the bank. Close. Smuya trying to hunt down his first peak here. Focusing a little bit on that red. Anybody who wants to go for an information play, that might be dropped out. Oh, the right idea just quite doesn't hit the shot, but it's okay, it's okay. Nobody loses their lives. One Fletcher only gets down just a bit. Smuya inside the smoke spots Shazi. That's gonna be the double op setup coming out again, and a couple of very important shots already being missed from both of the sides. That's gonna be Spooky with a kill onto Boros. So at least the man advantage falls for JS. And Nate to try to clear out that corner. Spots Drake, and oh, he's being molested into this angle. Chaos finds a very important kill. That's gonna be the smoke to close out short. And Smuya drops down Shazi. And this is the problem that we were talking about with the double AVP setups. It doesn't matter if you get a kill, you need so many more. And that nade almost takes care of Spooky. He gets dropped down by that Tech 9. Smuya is on a mission at the moment. Even through the smoke, inside of it, outside of it, doesn't matter. Welcome to the server. Rolf gets taken down. And the Bob XD, well, he has to go nuclear to win this round. And the first is going to be that twist spot. Nope, he's not even going to check it. Synopsy absolutely blows the player. ITB 13 on the board. That's going to be Johnny Speeds. With the early fights working for them, I have to say, they had the red control. The only thing they had to do is just pull back. But no, they wanted more. Drake and getting a little bit too close to that lamp room. Oh my god. Chaos winning a very important fight. When you get that cave, you can split the site. Let's go. A nade to the feet of the pushing players. Oh, you can see the yellow bars going down. Spooky! But he gets traded by that nade. There's a little bit damage on the Boros. Meanwhile, Synopsy gets taken care of by... taken down by Drake. And sorry, my brain is starting to skip some beats at the moment, but it's going to be the short play. This is exactly what we keep talking about. B-side just gets pushed into every single time. That's going to be the dropped bomb into the lane still. They have to pick it up. There's a player starting to do agent stuff behind him. Bit of a spray to warn the players. Smuya quite didn't touch the bomb yet. That's going to be Rolf to actually smoke it off. But he has to fight against the player from the cave. That's going to be Boros. First one in line to go for the peek. He's been very good with the rifle so far, but it's going to be the slow, missed, actually a little bit off throw flash that doesn't quite work out. Draken will be the last one to drop down Smuya, and that will be another round for JS. Neck and neck every single time one of these teams, they put a score on the board. The opposite team will be bringing it back to a tie. But the problem here is, that on an overtime, you can't have tied numbers. One of these teams will be taking an extra round for the next one. And there's going to be that much pressure to play better. There we go. Early push, Spooky. Time that same nade, it's gotta be just the full execution on towards that B side. Just look at it. They know it's been working before. Why not go for it again? Rolf, oh god, from the edge of that pillar just gets absolutely busted. The second kill for the long as well. Boros, a clean one. But through the plywood, it's going to be Spooky to at least drop one. The molly drops onto the site. Nade is going to be exchanged. This is just chaotic. It's like Vietnam at the moment, even on a similar map. Shots through the smokes. Shawzy not hitting anything. Spots this, I think that was the shadow from Smuya, but Smuya did drop his teammate and wants to go for the trade. Smuya, a bit accurate and a bit quicker. Here's the second smoke as well, and it's gotta be just Draken left on the last round. Oh, turns away at the last boss. Worst possible timing. Gets run down. One flat throw. They will be winning the 14th round. I'm not gonna say that. We might actually get banned off Twitch again. So let's try to give this civil. But they are getting absolutely wrecked. I don't know. Okay, I'm just kidding. To be honest, it is one of those situations that one of the teams have to win these rounds. But I have to say, it's very neck and neck at the moment. So Johnny Speeds, they're playing very well, hitting some very good shots. Look at Spooky. 32 to 18. That's almost a 2 KD. With a hell of a lot of rounds. 4 kills away from 2 KD. Think about that. Yeah, I know Matt. Not Matt. And ITB, the highest rated player at the moment, should be... Let's check it out. It's 27 on Smuya. Very consistent with that up. 12, actually a KD of 2. ADR 83. The best ADR on the server for Spooky. 105. Second best seems to be Bob XD. Or was it Synopsy? I'm not entirely sure. Quite didn't spot it. And no, I'm not high. I do live pretty high up on the third floor here in Finland, so that's high for us. Synopsy. Oh, they're gonna go for the double op setup as well, but Synopsy is gonna actually hit his bullets. A smoke to cover up the flames. Boros, oh, he gets kinda wrecked on that smoke. He tried to go for the nade throw. The problem is he just quite didn't have the time to throw it. So, A-side control goes for the side of Johnny Speeds. It's got to be ITB to try to get a little bit closer to the site to make magic happen. And the players stacking behind that smoke. Other side of the CT, Synopsy comes up with a very good kill. Oh, that could have been a bunny hop kill. Rolf finally controls it. It's got to be Shawzy with a double kill here to shut it down. And JS, they do bring it back. 14 to 14. And it feels like every time I'm asking this. Is it possible for a second overtime, or are we just going to get a default win here on the first overtime match up? Still money. Every time somebody says no, something different happens. No overtimes. You serious? Are you not entertained by this? Really? Alright. This might actually be one of the best matches I've been casting in a while. I love it. Adrenaline is the way to go. Adrenaline. True on flat throw. Gets that early kill. I'm not entirely sure. I think that was the range spot that he went for. Through the caves. Plywood. Molotov behind Jonah to try to push out one of the players. Boros actually shuts it down with a smoke. That's going to be the nade. Hits him pretty well. And already a push coming through. Synopsy uses that perfectly. Bob XD walks into the bullet. And that's a very good kill. To try to pull this back into a lead. And you have to tank it into the breach. A round away from a lead. Johnny Speeds in the previous round, they just brought it back to a tie. It's not a map point for them yet. Anything can still happen. True HP left for Boros. Barely staying alive. If there's a butterfly on the server, just flies past him, it's a kill. That's done. Smokes landing for the execution. Synopsy getting into a little bit of a bare spot. That's going to be the early nade to try to fend off some damage. But Draken gets a quick kill onto Juan Flatro, but Smooya in a very good spot at the moment. Draken is not actually even thinking about this. This got to be the second kill onto Kios. But Draken is getting some very good kills. And just look at the reactions. They are going to be swapping that bomb from Donut directly to the B side. But Smooya ends the life of Draken with a bullet to the body. And that's going to be the rest of the players trying to get into that B side. And Smooya only with a job to do. You need to hit the shot, and that's gonna be the 5-7 out. Synopsy gets the kill. Smooya doesn't have to do shit. And that's gonna be the push behind the pillar, and a shutdown coming in from ITB. 15 on the board, boys. And Johnny Speeds their bleeding rounds. That was one of the best situations for them to actually convert this into a map point. Oh, the read after those kills, too. Just trying to rotate it around, but it just doesn't work out. I think I'm getting a headache. Is there a pill here? No. Oh. Well, there's still hope. A tactical pause. Tactical. It's very tactical. They have a board where they're making plans and shit, you know? Like crosses. Throw a smoke here. Throw a flash over there. Shoot a player from here. Meanwhile, JS, not entirely sure what they're talking about. ITB, they know. They win this round. There's a possibility for a 2-0. JS, if they win, I have no idea what they have to do. Win a second overtime? Y'all crazy? What are you doing? Trying to go for the spam? Has this ever worked? Saucy. Well, that's all. Very expensive weapon being used for that. Smoothie actually comes out with a kill. That's gonna be the smoke kill coming out of Synopsy. He doesn't need eyes. He only needs a bullet. Bob XD gets taken care of. That's gonna be Rolf with the kill onto Juan Flatro, and Chaos drops the likes of Rolf. That's the quickest trade ever. Chauzy makes it a 1, but Spooky actually turns around the board here. There's the 2 versus 2, but the problem is Chauzy is very low in HP. 1 point to be exact. But to be honest, from this AK, just a single bullet is going to be enough, especially with Smooya maybe making a mistake, as he is going to be pushing a little bit closer towards the pit with the bomb being held from Saucy, but oh, he gets away from that situation at the perfect timing. It's going to be an open B side, and this is where it gets interesting. Smooya, he can do some plays. Does he have a pistol? I'm not sure. We don't have that on our HUD. We didn't have the money to code it on the HUD. It's our problem. But I'm going to go for the try. He seems to have a pistol in his hands. Getting a little bit close to that angle. I think he spotted both of the players. One of the players very low on HP. Gets the first kill. That's going to be the bomb picked up by Spooky. Synopsy knows exactly where the player is. And this is where the game starts to manifest. Synopsy thinking about going for the A-side play. Look at this. Even Spooky thinking about if there's going to be a swap coming back. Is the A-side open? I have no idea. Is this going to be the play? With 18 seconds left on the clock, he has to go for 1. And it seems to be the ace side that he's going to go for. Synopsy. 21 and 21. Is he going to end this with a deficit kill? Sorry, a deficit dead? Or a plus kill? Way to either shut it down or bring it to an overtime. And of course, overtime number 2, baby! It's still not done. 30 kills on the board, 14 deaths, a +2 KD, and looking sexy as hell at the moment. Smooya. I was a little bit critical at the start, missing some very easy shots on the previous games, but to be honest, today, the boy is giving us a show. Meanwhile, Spooky, 36, that's almost again a 2 KD, only if he has 4 kills more. Spooky, or as Swedish say, Spooky Doody. Spooky doody. Bob XD, 19 to 23, one of the so-called star players that I usually like to focus on in this team. Kios, 23 to 12. Oh. That's the heart going. 2,000 miles per hour. Or me slapping your face. Whatever it is, we are going to be hopping into the second overtime. Sounds like something else. You have a very dirty mind. Especially with that tempo. And I think they're building a bit of a summit here. Oh, I need to take a shower after this game. I'm actually sweating at the moment. I'm just thinking about how much are these players sweating in a situation like this. I think Johnny Speeds actually had a game before this, if I'm not incorrect. They were playing on, I think I saw them playing on HLTV. Didn't quite have the time to open up that game. And off we go. A new round. Round number something. A very slow start. Both of the teams respecting that space. It is only going to be Bob XD trying to hunt for a kill here in lane. Pushing actually from the middle towards the lane. Interesting play. Meanwhile, an A-side play is going to be attempted. That's going to be the first line of the smokes dropped down. And with a couple of players committed towards that middle, Smooya with a wrist flick. That has to hurt, but it works out for a kill. Rolf, even a Molotov to take care of the second line of that push. The layers are not stacking up. Smooya ends one. Flash in front of the main, just to make sure that they're going to be playing every single second off this clock. Meanwhile, a fight coming in towards the red room. Synopsy will be winning that fight. That's going to be a Bob XD with at least with the trade. But only one. That's 3 versus 4. A mad advantage 4 into the breach, and they still have the full site control, and they're ready for this one. If there's going to be a boost, whatever, one of the players are going to be spotting it. And a shot towards the donut. That's the second kill from Boros, and it's just going to be a full swing from Smooya to get a third. A triple kill on the board. A hat-trick. And only with a couple of shots from Johnny Speeds. But of course, there are some more rounds to be played for. It's not done yet. We saw this before. The question is, can Johnny Speeds answer? Can they do it? $5.2K viewers at the moment. Oh, this is a match to... This is a match to watch. Thank God. Pop flash for the site. They're not going to use it for anything. Just an overthrown hat flash, nothing else. That's got a bit of molly for the lane, so they kind of have to get into a better spot. We've seen some teams cover up the lane without molly and actually go for the drill after that. Oh God, one flat throw. You have to be a little bit careful actually jumping into the twist corner. Oh! Welcome to the cave, Spooky. How do you enjoy the fight? I'm actually dying. How do you enjoy the bullets? Almost choked. Spooky has to feel even worse. The reason I was actually choking is because I am sick at the same time, so I'm sorry. Sorry for that, people. Sorry that you have to hear that. I'm trying my best. One flat throw. Gets that one drill. And that's a 2-man advantage throw directly at the start. I have to say, one flat throw was actually just going beast on a moment at the moment. This is just insane. Him getting a triple from that position. He was actually supposed to go down. Spooky had the best... I'm actually not even gonna fault him. He just moved so quickly out of that spot. Draken finally puts an end to it. And the bomb is just getting a bit closer towards the site, but there is Chaos with his teammate. Oh, Smooya is not gonna let that happen. Draken gets the kill, even if Chaos does drop the player from log. He's not even gonna check it. And that's just gonna be the quick reply from Chaos. Only losing 2 players again. Ah, this is getting annoying at the moment. It has to be for JS. They're doing so much. And to be honest, they're doing right decisions here and there. The problem is, we're just seeing skill come out of ITB at the moment. One flat throw, just taking a full team by himself. Ooh, boy. There's still a chance. Again, with the same drill. Shazi throwing everything against the motor. And it's still not stopping. Bomb left behind the middle. Johnny Speeds can actually go for the late A-side play, depending what they actually want to start with this round. It's got to be the standard utility, just to try to block off middle. Take care of these two lanes here. And Spook actually gets a very good kill on the Boros. That's a very good entry. Boros trying to go for the A-main information, something that they know what's happening at the moment. And you can see the calls coming out. The B-side players are getting a little bit closer towards that lane. Nobody's holding it except for Draken. Depending what kind of a movement are we going to get from him. This could be a little bit of a catastrophic situation, especially with the push coming in from middle already. They might actually get the first clue. And Bob XD comes out with a kill on the Synopsis. This could be the round for Johnny Speeds that they need. And already another type of movement coming in from Donut. But Draken, he don't give an F. A push from lane. A good kill from Chaos. Attack coming out of Draken. This is definitely going to be their round. Oh, Draken comes out with his own triple. 16 on the board into the breach. They do get 2. But JS, they keep the hope alive. And the Swedes in the chat, they're going crazy. 36 to 16. Holy. That is insane. Some of these numbers. Of course, as many rounds are we going to get, they are going to get more chances to pad those stats. I like that. Spooke fuskar. It seems like the sudden news from the Swedish scene hit hard. XD. Somebody actually put a dog with wings in the chat. I like that. Oh, several ship in the chat. Hey, buddy. How's your vacation going? Vacation. I'm not going to blame you for cheating. And Wheezy in the chat as well. Go. Oh, brother. Welcome, welcome. A Finnish brother from another mother. How you doing? Älä itke, Jokke. We are going to be hopping into the second half here. 4th round on the second overtime. Boys. Get ready. As we are going to be turning up the heat. Or it seems like the teams are turning up the heat. It's very sweaty at the moment. But keep it up. And here we go. Early boosts. That's going to be the lane for Draken. Overturned smoke from the B side. Good strats coming out. Smoke kill on that turn. Okay, even goes for the second one. Draken! Okay, the first flick inside that smoke. Okay, that's a capiche moment. But the second one, okay, there we go. Finally, something is starting to work out. Johnny Speeds, they do defend the start. There is a little bit of a trade here. Shuan flat through actually finds a target, but the bomb will be planted. Already, we have to step into that retake on the mere of a millisecond. They get that bomb down. It's going to be Rolf with a very good kill to keep the numbers alive. 2 players from both of the sides trying to push in. And one flat throw has been tagged down low. They need to find these entries quickly. They need to find a kill, defending kill, whatever. But it's going to be kills only with one. Drops down as Bob XD pushes from the pit. And that's a round for JS. Tied. Booyah. And off to the next one we go. With a couple of seconds here for the start. Guys, say cheese in the chat. I'm gonna send a picture to my mom that there's actually people watching. Yeah, we're just gonna hop into the second situation. That was a joke. You don't actually have to say cheese. It's just a joke. So, it's just a joke. You're not gonna get banned. So, off we go. This is Europe. Well, there's a lot. I'm actually gonna grab a photo. So, yeah, go for it, boys. Here we go. 5.5k. And a lot of cheeses in the chat. Hopefully they don't go bad. Thank you, guys. There's some cool boys. Cool people in the chat. And this is going to be pushed from ITB already very deep in towards that B side. They're not going to challenge that first corner. Spooky comes up with a very good two double kills to defend it. You get one. And again, a problem to try to get that bomb down. Jaws even comes up with a kill onto one flat shot. This could be the 18th. Johnny Speeds. I think this is the first time they're hitting map point. Best chance for ITB to hop into Mirage with a win. And they might be giving it away. Oh, it's hurting. I'm not sure what to say. Molotov. What will you do with it, Boros? Lane hold coming out of ITB at the moment. They can actually go for a couple of different plays here. The bomb has not been committed that deeply into any of the sites. Draken with a kill, that's gonna be Spooky with the second one. Oh, the Swedes are looking very crispy at the moment. If they keep this up, it's gonna be amazing, but Smuia, he at least gets that one trade to build up a bit of a chance here. Rolf activating. Top of the head being shown. Oh, Pop XD, he's very accurate with that AK. Just a bullet to the brain. Synopsy. Oh, he's gonna go for a nap time. Nappy nap. Back to sleep. But with Beast A-side control, Boros, it depends how many kills he can actually proceed from this situation. If he gets 2, there's a very good chance for this round. Walks away, one of the players. Oh my god, the agent still alive. He's gonna be playing it from the backside. It's gonna be the 007. Looking ridiculous in this situation. Behind the enemy lines. Oh my god, Boros could actually win the whole round here. If he gets this double, we might be talking about a third overtime, and this is exactly what he's gonna go for. No mistakes, a double kill for him to open up the B side. The bomb will be brought back, and that's gonna be the molly for the plant. Oh my god. The Jordanian player just shining on the server. The flash being used for them to try to pop out. Of course, Boros picks up the op, comes up with the quad, and that's the round for ITB to bring it back to a third overtime. This is getting insane. Falcons, do you miss him yet? Of course, this is like a tier 4 game, but you know, we're trying to build up a scene here. Oh, that's so sexy. What am I watching? This is Counter-Strike at its best. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. This is exactly what we're looking for a game. This is the Gladiators. I'm not entirely sure from what time period, but you know what I'm talking about. Oh, it's getting very hot here. And it's still not stopping. Let's see how long they can actually keep this up. What is the record so far on CS2 for an overtime? I think it was like 40-something. 40-50, something like that. Something crazy. Can we actually break that? Oh, God. No pasar. Zona arqueológica. Means welcome. There's tigers. You can bet them. And it's gonna go again. Here we go. Short plays. Sometimes it's been individual, sometimes it's been team. But I have to say, we've been getting it all. From different styles, different setups, and different players. I love how this game keeps evolving. It's gonna be Boros to try to stop the players from the lane. Spooky. Oh my god. Do not go for that one. Don't do it again, boy. Oh, Spooky tries to go for the information drill, but he just gets absolutely smacked in the face by that bullet. A shot to the face. And one of the star players already been dropped. A minute 10 left on the board. Into the breach. Man advantage. And finally, they're getting a little bit closer from that lane. The question is, are they ready for Bob XC? If he goes for the perfect push at the perfect time, this could be catastrophic. And he's not going to take the peek. Everybody is just going to be passing him silently. Is the cave player ready for this? I'm not sure. They are getting into a little bit of a cubby hold here, so utility will be dropping. That's going to be the smoke play already coming out. Already the explosion just working out. Draken doesn't even know on what time code he's in at the moment. Just gets absolutely sidelined. That's the B side hold crumbling. Into the breach. One of the best looking rounds in a while. Oh my god. Here it goes. 19 to 18. And we're not just talking about a round, we're talking about the style of that round. A very clean one. Just that one attempt to go for the drill gets just punished immediately. That has to hurt. Boros. He's starting to take a little bit of a role here. Absolutely winning one of the rounds. Starting to open up the second one. If he keeps this up, yeah, his stats are not looking crazy, but what? Okay. Hello. Wait a minute. What happened? Why, Chaos? Why? What are you doing? What the fuck is happening at the moment on the server? Even a jump shot coming out of Draken. What the hell is happening? Into the breach. At least they get the kills necessary to make this attempt, I guess. The bomb is supposed towards the A side. But what was the start? Knifing your own teammate, just throwing bodies at the Molotovs and the rifles. And of course, JS is going to use that for their advantage. They're going to win this round directly. Just bring it back to a tie at least. I'm not entirely sure what I was seeing on that round. That was a mistake. A big one. What was that? 19 to 19. Both of the teams understanding how important this round is. This time around, they're not at least gonna knife their own teammates. Try to avoid that, I guess. Pushes from middle. First kills coming in. Only a kill from Bob XD. They should know that A side is fully open. Those are the A players. That is done. Already the rotations coming out of B as well, but you can just see how far away from the curve they are. With a lurker left in towards the lane. Into the breach in the best position to actually win this round. Make it a 20. Nice kill from Flatro. Actually even spots the player from middle. Gets taken down finally, but Spooky. No reason to even go for the save. This is the last round. On this side of the overtime. Spooky gets just absolutely domed there. And that is Rolf walking into a crosshair as well. It's done. 20 on the board, 19. Will be that one round is all they get. And I have to say, it was on the backs of Inter Breach kind of muffling that round. And I think their own teammates throwing the bodies directly at the AKs. Oh god. Observer missing half of the kills. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. He's usually drunk at this time, so... He's trying his best. Hitting buttons and shit. God. I'm just saying, this is just getting crazier and crazier by the moment. And the longer this actually goes on, the crazier this is getting. I actually like it. In my opinion, I have no investments on who wins this game. I don't care. If Mirage isn't exactly like this, and if we're not going to get to Anubis and it's a copy of this game, we got cheated. Who wins, don't care. This is like a movie at the moment. I love it. Caster is so real. Yeah, I'm not a fake. I'm not AI. I'm actually a real person. Trust me. I have an address and everything. Even a phone. So, after the freeze time. Bro, what is going on? Yeah. We are running into round 40. That's a lot of rounds. That's exactly what AI would say. Yeah, actually true. Bzz, bzz, beep bop, boop. Holy moly. Oh. Let me actually check this out. Caster, which team shows you the most love? I have no idea. Some people are insulting me, some people are saying it's good. So I have no idea. It's okay, it's okay. Everybody has their own taste. If you don't like the show, it's okay. I'm not hating on you. Some people like the Anders, some people like the sponges of the scene, so different styles go for different people. But we are going to be hopping in the 14th round. 40. That's a good age to be, usually with money. I like it. Maybe a boat. So, quick simple flash on top of the players here towards the lane. That's going to be Boros coming out with a kill again. Boros, very active on this early start. Muya still hitting those hop shots. Rolf coming up with a kill, actually to get the trade. But Juan Flatro and Synopsis, they're just locking down the side. The snow scope comes out. And that's a double for the boy. And 21st round on the board. Into the breach. It's close again. Synopsis. Before this map ends, I need to know from which sides, from both of the sides, which are your favorite players. I need to get a little bit of a bearing on what's going on. There's a lot of, I think there's a lot of people mixed with ITB's roster at the moment because there's a lot of names you can actually latch onto. But for Johnny Speeds, I have no idea. A kill through the smoke. Bob XD will be trying to fend off that middle. It just doesn't work out. Sean Flatro comes out with a double kill. That's a Spooky with only one. But the two-man advantage working out so for ITB so well. So early. And even the bomb being held back. That's a nice kill from middle. But the problem is Synopsis already behind. Shazi and Spooky left in a 1 versus 3 with the bomb on the other side of the map. And this is going to be a harsh one. He needs to find his first kill against Synopsis. Right now, right here. But Synopsis is not going to give it to him for free. Checking that middle angle again. Getting a little bit closer to that bomb. He knows he has to control a minute. 5 left on the board. That's a lot of time. A lot of pressure. Knowing that it's between you and 3 kills to win this round. And give your team a chance. Johnny Speeds, oh, they're going to feel just evaporated if they lose this map. After so much work. Especially understanding that the next map, well, it's a map that you can actually win on as well, but Into the Breach, they're very good on Mirage. Most of the core has been built over here. Spooky. Doing Swedish stuff. Getting a little bit closer from the forest here. And slowly but surely, it seems to be that A side seems to be the way to go. First peek. And boys, the long show is finally over. We are hopping into Mirage with ITB grabbing that first round, first map. And I have to be very honest, that was on the edge of a knife, just like this. We never knew what was about to happen. Any of the teams could have actually taken it. And we're on a point at the moment that we have to take a little bit of a break and hop back to Mirage when we're ready. But I have to say, the momentum at the moment definitely goes for the side of ITB. JS, they need to reset, get their head back into the game, and try to defend it for Anubis. My bandage is just kind of floppy at the moment. We're going to take a little break, hop back in when we're ready, and see you on Mirage. Hello, boys, and welcome to a new map. As we are going to be hopping into Mirage, we see a lot of comments in the chat. Nobody really knows who's going to take this one. This is a pick out into the breach, but it's a 78% for them, a 70% for JS. I was actually looking at the maps. 27 maps being played on this one for Johnny Speed, so that's a hell of a lot of maps for a 70%. So there's definitely a chance for them to convert this. The different question is going to be with Anubis. Early duels coming in. A player from the con will be brought back up. That's going to be Boris with a kill on to short. So Draken will be taking a step back on this round. That's going to be the second kill coming out from him already. We saw the attempts from Falcons on his team. On his map, sorry. Didn't quite work out. This time around, they're going to try something different. It's going to be Bob XD to drop down Chaos. Rolf gets the kill on the Boros, but the A-side plan already down. They need to get a little bit closer towards the side already. John Flatchero comes up with a kill on the Bob XD. Spook gets a quick trade. And Synopsy close to the Tetris with his teammate in the pit. The only thing they have to do is just play a couple of seconds off the clock. That's going to be a very good bomb plant for them to try to hold it off as well. And the play on top of the stair through the smoke. Synopsy will be taking care of Rolf and Smooya. Well, booyah. They win the round. Into the breach with one. Hey, it's you, Donut. Lamau, good luck with the cast. Hey, brother, thank you. Thank you, sir. It's pronounced like Juan in Spanish. So H is a J in Albanian, okay? So Juan. El nombre del jugador es Juan. Juan Flatro. Is the rest of it okay? Flatro? Flatro, you know? Juan Flatro. Okay, so it's okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. I'm going to try to remember that from now on. I'll buy around out into the breach. They're looking very good here. As long as they don't actually drop any of these weapons for enemy team, they should be okay. Meanwhile, Johnny Speed going for a full on this round. Bob XD finding a very nice deagle shot. Spooky coming up with the second one. Smooya gets down. That's going to be the second shot off of Bob XD's deagle to fend off that B defense. And this is going tits up very quickly as the scout finally gets taken down by Boros. Double kill to try to fend off this round. Already a bit of a shot coming in towards that short, but they have the control. And that's a quick trade. Johnny Speed's taking the control. And 1-1, and we're already battling for these rounds. Oh, that looked good. Deagles. Deagles, man, I was talking about that. On Ancient, we didn't really get that much Deagle action, but here, on Mirage, this map is one of the most known maps for those. Deagle shots everywhere. What was that? Here we go. By the way, his teaming bitrate is low. Yeah, that's the problem with production. Hopefully it gets fixed. Nothing I can really do. What a mow down coming in. Draken steps into the middle with a double kill. That's gonna be Spooky with you as well, and Rolf takes one. That's a quick round. They're not gonna invest into this one. It's okay. Nobody get panicked. We still have more to be played. Just Glocks, nothing else. Johnny. Here comes Johnny. They're still preparing for that first real buy. It was a quick attempt. Still into the breach, just saving. They did spend the little amount of money that they had. But the loss bonus will be fixing it for the second round. Or the next round, actually. And slowly and slowly, we're getting a little bit closer here. That's going to be Bob XD to spend his nade at the start. Going to use that time to maybe do a little bit damage, but always going to blenderize the enemy team. Gets a double kill. We're not going to get that access of that weapon that quickly as the Molotov burns down. They funnel to pick it up, but it should be close to empty. Oh, the bullets. That's going to be Spooky with the 2 defending kills. Shazi comes up with 1. And we are heading into a buy round from ITB. Oh, Lord. I have to say that they already have a map underneath them. If they want to turn this around, there's still a very good chance for them to win 2-0. But like I kept saying, this is a very good map for both of the teams. So I would love the idea of Anubis. Whatever happens over there happens. And here we go. Jump into the short. Spooky. It's first one in line to try to hold that straight wall. It's gotta be Boris using that Molotov early on. Try to burn down underground maybe. It's just a little bit of a risky molly to be used there, but it's okay. In that middle control gets actually shot through that smoke. One flat throw will be the first one to take that bullet. And big Swedish flags, they rise again, but the push coming out off the balcony works out for a couple of kills. The problem is they get traded in instantly. That's gonna be Draken with a shot from that up. And the core of Johnny Speeds, they survive for the next one, saving a little bit of money, and they're looking pretty good here. Into the breach. On their own map pick, kind of bleeding a little bit. Once you make God bleed, you know anything is possible. And that's gonna be the armor pistol buy. 3 Tech 9s, Pichu, Fiddy, and a Deagle. Molotov to cover up the window. That's gonna be Spooky, just smoking himself out. He's not actually gonna waste the space here. Drake gets one of the kills. Kiosk comes up with a double Tech 9 shot. Finally, Jazzy at least gets the trade. But a picked up weapon, and oh, it's Muya's favorite. Spooky drops down Boros. Meanwhile, one flat throw. That's gonna be the smoke to fake out the player. Oh, one. That's just a little bit. If he waited just a couple of seconds, that could have worked a little bit better. But I do understand the idea. And Smuya left with a lot of work to do. He's getting a little bit close to these players. Gets to one kill to make it a 1 versus 2, but he still needs to isolate these both. And that's gonna be the second flick. Is he gonna go for the third one? He knows exactly where he is. Missed shot, Pichu 50. Low on HP, Shasi. Oh, he's been taken care of. That's a round for the boys in red. And I have to say, Johnny Speeds, when you throw around like that, that hits the soul. The worst way possible. Smuya! Don't wanna booyah. And we're going directly for a timeout. Around that sick, it needs a replay, and I think that's gonna be posted on Internet Breach's Twitter. Go and check it out. By the way, Johnny Speed, they have a Twitter as well, or X, whatever you want to call it. Go check these teams out. They're pretty cool. I like it. Damn. That definitely brought up a reaction from the crowd. What a clutch. I thought it was over. The second Juan flat throw went down. I thought that was just going to be a bomb plant, maybe a kill or two. For it to be dragged out with that Pichu 50. Oh, that's where it gets interesting. To be honest, the second he missed that op shot, that should have been the swing from the last TT player. But this time around, there's a little bit of a correction. Spooky steps into the fight directly at the start. Just a shot to the face and it's done. We even hear the timeout music. That's how dramatic it is. Draken takes care of Juan Flatro. It's a good song. I like it too. Spooky holding down the con. Rest of the players getting ready for that execution. They know they're a 2-man down. That's gonna be Rolf to try to hold down the line. Smuya hits a shot onto Spooky. Is this gonna happen again? We're getting a similar situation. This time it's Boros. He actually gets one of the kills on Rolf. It's a drop smoke for the con. Oh, Drake and just takes care of Boros on the swing. Maybe goes for a little bit too much there. Should have waited for just a couple of seconds more for Smuya to activate from that corner. Doesn't work out for the second one. Shazi, with the double op setup, they will be taking care of this round. And Johnny Speeds, baby, keep it up. 5 on the board. Into the airport. The names that some people come up in the chat, I have to say, you guys are very clever. What is it, Johnny Packing? Into the airport and Johnny Go Pack. Oh, you have to be ready with the jokes. Drop flashes for the B-side explosion. That's gonna be the fend off smoke to gain a little bit more control for the CT side, but Spooky handles that first push well. That's gonna be Bob XC with the second kill. Shoot a smoke, he can't find... Oh, that didn't quite work out. Draken gets the kill on the Burrows. They actually get the bomb down, so... And a second kill. Spooky gets a little bit dimed there. That Tech 9 is going to do a very good job. To be honest, these weapons are crazy. The Mishja coming out. They're going to make this a 2 versus 2. The double swing works out for 1. And here they're just fighting for more. Push coming out. Could this actually be a round that they're going to lose? Finally, the M4 finds a kill. That's going to be Smuya with a picked up M4 up. And oh, it wasn't that far away. Only if he needed to. The only thing he had to do is just hit that one shot. One shot. That one moment. That one opportunity. But it just quite didn't work out. But a very good save round. Or actually, what do we want to call this? Like a Dicko? Half buy? There's a couple of shocking situations for Johnny Speeds. Against the rifles, they have been looking very good. But when it gets against one of these very cheap buys, that's where the round kind of gets questionable. That's dark. Whoever is cheating for Johnny, I hope he never... No, 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 no. This is just a CS game. Let's not take it too deeply, okay? I actually have that M4 skin. Tekomoiv, or whatever anime it is. Cool looking. Shazi ready to pop a hit into that smoke. Oh, it's going to be revealed. The double op setup comes out with a... Well, 2 kills. Top middle. Fights just doesn't quite work out. It's going to be Spooky with the M4. Drops in Opsy. And the utility will be used to try to push any of these CTs back, but Spooky drops Boros. And it's continuing. The rounds with rifles. Okay. Just a shot to the face. Nice tag through the wall. Shazi's still alive. Has to be a little bit careful not to give any of these weapons away, but it's okay. Rolf takes care of the last player. We're getting some very anticlimactic shots. Into the breach. This has been one of the quickest Mirages I've ever seen so far. 7 rounds on the board. On the T side, they're not missing a step. Direct contact, just quick rounds. To be honest, they can actually half buy again. With the last bonus that they have, they can easily buy for our next one. It's even gonna be that one hero AK from the Titan era. Oh, do I miss the French teams? Made underneath the feet of Boros. Oh, he's gonna feel that one in the morning. That's gonna be 59 to be playing around with. So 41 points of damage being done. And finally, utility is falling onto the side. There's a player underneath the balcony. They have to actually open up so many spaces here. That's gonna be the full swing. It's gonna work out for 1, but trades coming out. Spooky drops 2 of the players. That's gonna be a 3 versus 2 to convert it quickly into 1 versus 3. And Draken! Okay, we're getting a little bit of a show here with the movement. Even a ridiculous camera placement. That's like a GoPro. Here it is. We're getting that action. Okay. I was a little bit worried. Showing us some skills. Taking a page out of Alexi B. KZ is the way to go. French. Or no, what? Swedes. Yeah. That's something for the Swedes to be proud about. Looking hot. We have been talking about so much about ITB before. Spooky opens up the round against Anubis. They've been losing so many early players. Very close to that smoke, sorry. In Smuya. Could have found the way to equalize the round. He will be leaving. Shazi. With a ridiculous FOV at the moment. Actually spots one of the players on top of the bench. That's going to be Juan Flatro. Flashing himself in. And Shazi's not actually going to back into this middle play anymore. He's going to just push in towards that T-spawn. With 2 of the players around, he knows there's a player in middle. Draken, the only thing he has to do is just hit the shot, but... And of course it's gonna land. Are you Swedish? No, I'm Finnish. I'm from a better country. The Winland. The one that wins in ice hockey and everything. Here we go. Molotov. Or the ninja box, and that's just gonna be a quick round. Again. Nothing they can do. Absolutely slapped. And I have to say, middle control definitely goes for the side of Johnny Speeds. The early picks working to perfection. And I was reading the chat before. There were some people saying that they actually invested heavy amounts on ITB. There has to be some sweat at the moment. Wait a minute, somebody tried to... Torille, ja, tervetuloa striimiin. Off we go. We don't actually have a Finn on the server. We have a lot of people from different countries. It's okay. Peaks for the pit. Rolf. Massive amount of control already. Can do a lot of plays here. That's gonna be spooky. Hard Rock Hallelujah. Yeah, Lordy. That's an old band. Nobody actually knows what happened to them. Early peak from Drake and drops down Kiosk. That's gonna be the apps kill. Rolf with the control. Nobody is even close to the trades at this point. Juan Flatro has no idea where he even is. That's gonna be the utility not even hitting the players. Everything they're throwing against the fan at the moment is just not really working out. But Smoothie is the only piece delivering at the moment. A double kill to open it up. Is there a hope? Is there a chance? This is the last round too. And you don't want to get brought into that CT side with only 2 rounds. Shot on top of that smoke. Synopsy gets shot down. And Smooya, well, he gets bullied with that Pokemon nade, and it's done. Replays, well, I'm not sure what to replay over here. It is just the Johnny Speeds show so far, and the logo is burning for a good reason. These boys are looking very good on this map pick. And like I said, 27 maps being played with 70% win rate. That's nothing to scoff at. Anybody thinking that Into the Breach was on the right path to actually choose this map? I'm not entirely sure what they were thinking. Of course, it depends on the video process. I didn't quite see what happened. Maybe they were trying to go for an off-peak or something like that. But the problem is they have a lot of non-percentage maps on HLTV. So, this is a sucky situation to be at. I have to say, we're seeing a lot of resilience from the Swedes. And we're not seeing that much crying since the last ice hockey game, so seems to be going well. Keep it up, boys. The yellow's in blue, I think it is. Yeah, yellow and blue. Titta jävla! Alright. Smoke's being landed. That's gonna be the single flash. Pistol round, very important for a ITB. Couple of shots on ticket. Not quite landing the shots. That's gonna be the first entry. Rolf comes out with a kill. Even through the box. That's gonna be Bob XT taking care of Synopsy. And ITB, they're feeling... Oh, well, look on one flat row. How do you enjoy that corner? Oh, God, that is just disgusting. Derek and even actually shuts it down. I think this might be a walkover. Boys, are you ready for Anubis? Because this script is going to throw us on the 3rd map. And ITB, they're feeling the heat. Yes, sir. Timeout. I'm gonna throw a curveball here. What could you even actually talk about in a situation like this? Of course, you're gonna go for the timeouts. You're gonna try to just edge this map if you can, but... Or actually not edge it. You kind of want to win it. But to make this possible, you need so many rounds. And just looking at the money at the moment, they have to go for the buy. It's not pretty. They have to pull something insane out of their buttocks. So what is going to be the talk on this timeout? Shoot better? Get headshots? I'm not sure. Yes, I know what I said. I said what I said. And off we go. Silent, thank you, but you don't have to be copying it every time. But I appreciate the sentiment. Thank you, brother. So, second round here on the second half. Round 14. 11 on the board. Johnny Speed very close to one of the one-sided victories that we've seen so far. And here we go. Somebody's still hoping that ITB could win 2-1. The map isn't ready yet, Silent. There's still a chance. It's not done yet. Especially with the mid control being given. Oh, ITB. They're gonna go for the full B stack. Maybe reading into this the wrong way. Going for the Gamba. Oh, almost said something dumb there. I'm not gonna do it. So, Connector seems to be the way to go for the A-side play. There shouldn't be that many. Okay, Boros, let's go. That's the first way. First kill. Nate actually hits Dragon. Doesn't do that much damage. They get the second kill through the smoke. Okay, maybe the challenge is not working out, but finally the full shutdown coming in from Johnny Speeds. And it is going to be a blenderized round. At the start, it looked like it could have been possible. A couple of kills through the smoke. Go for the retake with 5 players against 3 without the bomb on the floor. But of course, they're just going to go for the jungle bash. And oh, the Electrolux blender is ready for it. All 5 players being built into a smoothie. Mixed into a smoothie. Almost a very good line. Screwed it up. And here we go, 12th on the board. And this is going to hit ITB very harshly. Maybe the strat is Anubis, and we're definitely going to see it. I have to say I'm happy at least. So, it's a full B-side execution. Both of the players from short. Well, they can't even see their own feet at the moment. Even Bob XT coming out with a double kill. That's going to be Shazi to shot. Oh, just absolutely shuts down Synopsy. Smoothie with an MP9 and a Dream. What can you do with it? Chaos comes out with a kill, but it's definitely not going to be enough. Boys, we are running. We are hopping. Hopefully you got your passports ready because we are heading into Anubis. We 13-2, 100 ADR on a couple of players. And Johnny Speeds, oof. Who would have ever thought that Swedes could actually win on a game? Looking at the scene at the moment. Johnny Speeds is looking like they're on fire. We're going to be taking a little bit of a break. Hop back in when we're ready. And check out what's going to be happening on Anubis. See you there. welcome back to the server and the stream and whatever you want to call it, because we are going to be hopping into Anubis right now, right here. And for the 9th round to be choosing these sides, one of these teams have to win. And finally we get back on the game. Guys, hopefully you're having a blast because it's been chaotic so far. Amazing to see that we can actually pull this into a third map and keep the show going. Now, this time around, the winner will be taking a pie and an upper bracket point. Of course, the loser of this one is not going to go away. They're just going to drop to the lower bracket, nothing else. Nothing serious. They're not out of the tournament yet. The cops here, because I've been yelling for too long. But I have to say, I was watching the stats from that game before we actually hopped over here, and I have to say, it's been looking crazy. Both of the teams, that's going to be Anubis 50% for Into the Breach. The only team to actually have only 4 maps here. Barely the limit need to get some HLTV stats. Meanwhile, Johnny Speeds 26 maps and 69%. That's a very nice number. Remember to write in the chat as well. So, I was checking their CT and T side. Both of the teams are looking better on the T side, of course. It's a very T-heavy map. But I have to say, on the side of Into the Breach, they have a little bit of a higher percentage here on the T side, 65%. And for Johnny Speeds, Into the Breach was 65%. From Johnny's, with all the teams that they have played against, just a couple of red lines, everything else is green at this point. Very good teams that they have gone against as well. And they have a 44% against, I think it was 55.21. Yeah, exactly like that. And for the pistol rounds, we don't actually, I just quite can't get the pistol round win percent is 57.7. And for Into the Breach, they have won 3 out of the 4 pistol rounds so far. So guys, I have no idea what to say. It's just going to be a ridiculous game, depending what happens. How the first round goes, epilepsy seizure. Okay, hey Google, turn off the nanoleaf, because this is just gonna bother some people. Let's just turn it off for a little second. Hopefully the backer light is okay. We're going to be hopping into the match right about now. Guys, get ready. Get ready to sweat. Because as Ancient was an overtime show, Mirage was just a blast. Anubis. What are we going to get from Anubis? Fun detected. Ruin it for everybody. Exactly. Nobody can enjoy their life. Oh, Spooky coming up with a couple of kills. Wait a minute. That's taking way too long for Smooya to get the trade, but finally he does. Because it's 3 versus 4, that gets converted to a 2 versus 4 very quickly on. And a swing from the A main. Smooya trying to stabilize the numbers, but the Pichu Fitty spray works out for 1. Synopsy. Can he make this happen? Kills needed. Takes way too long for him to even find 1. And I have to say, from Mirage, it looked like the gas tank was empty. Is that what it is? Into the Breach. Running on fumes. They need to tank. It seems like the brakes just weren't enough. Of course, this is just a pistol round. Everything is possible still. And you can just see the Johnny Speeds fans activate. They were quite quiet on the last portion of Ancient. But on on Mirage, they got a second wind. Much love from Albania, bros. Go. Thank you, my brother. Welcome to the stream. Welcome everybody from everywhere. You guys have been pretty cool in the chat today. So, quick push outside the A main. That's actually good for 1. Shawsey gets the full 4K. Okay, you get a kill, but it gets converted in very quickly. And Synopsy is the last player. We will be trying to find him his own kill, but it's going to be a very harsh situation against that Mac 10. So, a lot of money being farmed up in this round for 1 player. Even that Mac 10 makes it a $600. 2 rounds in a row. Of course, this is just the start. And as we are going to be hopping into the first gun round, it's not going to be perfect. You have to think about that because they don't even have the full loss bonus here. To just wipe the bank, to go for a buy. This is going to be risky. But of course, they need to win. Rounds are important. And as soon as you can start, the better. Early on utility, this is just going to be that A rush. Seems like a couple of the CT players are ready for it. Yeah, have to be careful that they're not going to spank the floor. It's going to be Chaos on top of the window, just trying to spray one through that smoke. Does a lot of damage, doesn't get the kill. It's going to be Synopsis with one. BobXD gets a quick trade. Oh, one flat throw just goes through the smoke. Sahak! And gets that one kill. Gets the second one as well. It's going to be Boros with one. Draken gets dropped. And here we go into the breach. Stepping into the game on that third round. But it gets very expensive. Through that smoke to make that happen. And that is saucy. Least stressful ITB's retake. I'm not sure why my brain didn't read that sentence well, so I'm sorry for that. But yeah, that looked a little bit chaotic, but it works. Hey, when it works, it works. Doesn't matter as long as there is a round on the board. You think about the problems a little bit later on. Brain error, yeah, we've been having those. So, of course, it's going to be a counter buy for Johnny Speed. They got the plant, they got the money. Meanwhile, ITB, it's a different story for them. Even if they get the round, they barely can buy up, and there's not a lot left in that bank. And this could be the start of something beautiful, where they could actually start to stack up a couple of the rounds. But if they keep losing these players, Johnny Speeds, they only have to win a round to break that economy. Bob will be mauling that deep proportion of middle. Oh my god, welcome to my crosshair. How do you enjoy those bullets, Synopsis? Is that your head I see? An early pick, Synopsis. Standing behind those mollies, thinking that he's not going to be seen, but BobXD knows that corner. Goes for a couple of shots, hits the shots, and it's done. Hey, Caster. Hi, Asik. How you doing? How you doing? By the way, there's a little bit of time here in between this round, so everybody in the chat, I want to know where you guys are from. Just write your country, and let's see. We had a lot of people from Indonesia the last time, so that actually surprised me. And some Canadians. I didn't even know that Canadians have internet. Is it even a real country? Do they have money? Or do they still use the pelts out of squirrels? Molotov at the start will be used. Nice catch from Smuya, but he gets traded immediately already from the connector. That's gonna be BobXD with a kill as well. Boros drops down as he gets only one. And Chaos with that nade, the only thing he can do is just a little bit of damage. And he has to bring that M4 for next round. Not much more he can actually do. No, I'm actually kidding about Canada. Sorry, Cloudy Beer. Canada's I hear it's a cool place. Good players, cool people, some talent as well. And this is a tough spot. Only winning a round. And on Anubis, you really want to step into those CT side wins early on. The longer it goes for the T side, the worse it's gonna get. Of course, you get to try your own T side as well. But the problem is, we have seen a couple of teams actually starting to get a little bit more aggressive on the CT side, which is something that I love to see. In my opinion, the waiting on this map, it's just cancer for you. But when you go for those early picks, timed pushes, timed flashes, sorry. That's where the CT side starts to shine on this map. You have starting to see that Canal's meta as well. That deep smoke at the start. The problem is they don't have the utility for it, so they have to play it off the basis of that 1M4 and hope for a lot of kills here. Or something crazy out of those deals. Or that one deal. 2 P250s. 1 USP. Johnny Speed across the map. Spooky will be getting that first kill. Gets traded instantly by that P250. Draken gets the shot on the Boros, so it's a man advantage. Oh, the AK quite doesn't find the first kill, but Rolf is ready for chaos on that swing. And inside the smoke, pop flash doesn't really work out. BobXD, oh, he was waiting for that one to happen. Synopsis, well, quite can't find that crosshair. The idea is good. Well, he does get one. that's just not enough. 4 rounds for Johnny Speeds. Some of these rounds have been very quick as well. Is there a sound delay at the moment? Okay, let me tell the producer. Try to restart your stream as well if it's only your problem, but I'm gonna try to let him know. Yeah, I'll let them know. Thank you for that. Early nade will be used. And a full buy from Into the Breach. No ops from Smuja. No AWP. No drop me AWP. No AWP billet. Nothing. What is that sound? I think my fan is about to explode, so let me turn it off. Sorry, boys. My fan was literally making electrical sounds, just weird sounds. So I'm just gonna turn it off before this house burns down. Okay, we're back into the game. So that's an early kill. Synopsy drops down Bob XD. One of the impactful names so far. And it's going to be Kios, just waiting for that smoke to peel off. Behind that pillar. Jaws just waiting that opportunity. That's going to be the pop flash. Doesn't quite work out for his favor. It's got to be the 1-to-1 trade finally that we're looking for. 4 men against 4 players. This is just going to be insane. Nade behind the cake does a lot of damage. Shazzy actually gets away from the site. This is all a bamboozle, all a fake. But it doesn't seem like ITB has actually bitten into this one. They're still baiting. They're actually, sorry, just stacking that B side, but through the smoke. Oh, that was the best opportunity yet, but Boros brings it back with 2. It's a 2 versus 2, but it's getting very expensive through the smoke. Oh, Smuja had the right idea, but the wrong corner. He gets down immediately, and that leaves Synopsy in a 1 versus 2, and he just can't get the first one. With a couple of players alive, they will be continuing on their 5th. Oh, that hurts. That was a full buy from Into the Breach. Into the airport. Oh, God. Timeout needed for them to talk about what's about to happen here. A couple of 5.7s USBs. Try to listen to another song. Where's the energy? Dude, come on. It's so hot here at the moment. I have a feeling like I'm vaporizing at the moment. I'm just trying to stay afloat here. Early smoke. Johnny. Some very good rounds here at the start. Already converting that one mistake. Meanwhile, ITB still looking for theirs. They need more. 1 is definitely not going to be enough. That's going to be Johnny Speeds. Trying to build up more. What a catch coming out of Shazzy. To be honest, in my screen, I didn't even spot the player. That's why he's playing and I'm watching. It's got to be the 2nd kill from Rolf as well. Drops down. I think that was Boros. A B-side player trying to go for some place. And JS, we're just dismantling this defense 1 by 1 easily, of course. Of course, this is just pistols, but we have seen this happen with the rifles as well. Push coming on towards that mid, and that is going to be the utility being used to smoke it off. Smuja only gets 1, and we get another attempt for a buy. Still, I'm not entirely sure if I spotted it, but I don't think there's money for an op. If he wants to... Okay, that's going to be Smuja with the AWP. Didn't quite see how much he had, but that's going to be just the armor portion. Op and a couple of flashes with a smoke, so definitely had enough. I'm not sure if somebody actually dropped it or something. I didn't see the money. My bad. Rest of the players walking M4s. And in my opinion, this is the tipping point. Okay, Johnny Speed's already winning half of the rounds without really that much of a pushback from ITB. But a nice catch. Kios actually drops down Bob XC. He's not actually even wary of the player on top of the mall. He's not even checking that angle. Juan Flatero very close to connector, just walks in front of a Spooky. Oh, Rolf comes out with the second kill. Nobody else even close to the B site. And this is where it gets a little bit questionable. This is exactly what I was talking about. It doesn't matter if you get the buy. You need to start winning some of these rounds. And Johnny Speeds, they're heading into their 7th round already. Oh, the Swedes are looking crispy on the server. Nade on top of Kiaz. Oh, he's not going to enjoy that one. And this isn't about even winning the round. This is trying to save as many weapons as they can. As many weapons as they can for the next round to maybe get a buy. And Kiaz is just gonna book it out of that canals. ITB slapped across the forehead. Headshot. Off to a second round we go. More on the table.
Terrorists win.
Brasil. Oye, ¿cómo está? ¿Qué lo que? Muito bueno. Muito bueno. So, a full buy from ITB. Still hanging flat here. They did save 3 weapons for the next one, and they have a full loss bonus at the moment, so they can actually buy something for the next round if they screw it up this time around. There we go. Couple of mollies being used towards the canals. That's going to be on both sides of the hole. Juan Flatero, oh, he's been just pushed into this corner. He has to see red at this point. They need... Oh, God. Spooky at the perfect timing. Just before Boros cleans that jump. He's going to be catched inside the smoke. That's going to be the first entry. Again, the B side just crumbling down. Draken comes up with the second kill on the Juan. And he's not enjoying his time on the limelight because Synopsy, he has a lot of work to do solo. Both of the Albanian players just looking for something to work here, and the B side just gets absolutely pushed in. I keep saying this isn't a loss or a win for any of the teams in a way, just a continuance of the upper bracket. The loser will be dropping to the lower bracket. That's going to be an extra game for them. And with that little pressure, every game could be your last. So, here are the teams that's going to win here. They're going to enjoy a little extra step. A push. Rolf with the perfect timing on that swing drops down. Synopsy. And I have to say, the B defense with 3 players amounted to 18 points of damage. I want you guys to hear this again. 3 of the players on that B defense amounted to 18 points of damage. That's not a lot from a full buy. I want you to understand it. Drop for the CT Shazi. Will be finding last kill Chaos. Time to go to sleep. Nappy time, boy. 8 rounds on the board. Johnny Speeds. There's a reason they have played this map 26 times. And the percentage from ITB will be wrecked in about a second for HLTV. %50 before. Now it's going to be a measly 25. Actually, at the moment, I screwed it up. I don't remember. I'm not going to try to count that. Something like 60-something. 15 seconds. JS loving life. Nothing to change on their gameplay. Keep doing what's working at the moment. The B side hits again and again and again. As long as they don't know how to shut it off, yeah. That's not going to be fun. So often perfect timing. Ha 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 ha! That's not psychotic at all. I love it. One flat throw. Spending his time without Molly. Just waiting for that first peak to come up, to be honest. Being kind of flat here on the B side. To be honest, neither of the players, only Boros coming up with a couple of shots here and there, but it's not enough for the defense. Molotov for the right side of that hold. Johnny Speeds, they have adjusted the holds just a bit, so that Molly's not going to work out. And here we go. More to be given. Shazi with the first kill. Kiaz and Smuya, they pull back a couple of kills. Missing the action just by an inch here. 35 seconds left, and you can see them creating another push towards that B side. That's going to be the drop of smoke. Oh, one flat throw trying to go for the utility. Kind of fumbling the throw here just a little bit, but it doesn't matter. He still has to control. The only thing you have to do is stay alive in the side. Wins the first fight outside of the B main. That's going to be good. Just try to play a little bit more time. One flat throw actually gets the second kill. Even the third one. Okay, we're getting a little bit of a sign of life here. ITB. They're making this look just a bit more doable. I have actually made 10,000 steps in this cast, just pacing back and forth because of the stress. Okay. This is like a workout at the moment. That's why I am just losing sweat. So let's keep it up. I'm a little bit bummed out that this doesn't actually have a fifth map, so it's not a best of 5. Hopefully we're gonna see some couple of overtimes. Best workout ever. Molly's been used for canals. Stuke getting a little bit close to it. Gets just grazed by that nade, nothing else. He's okay. Early utility doesn't do for much. It's going to be so much utility, so much noise. A lot of taxpayer bullets used for nothing. Just to boast. 1:10 on the board. They need to start to open up some kind of a game. And here we go. Bob XD finding the first kill on the Smuya. Good shot to actually open up the round. They have the mid control here. Now, what do they actually want to build with this one? 35 seconds left. Kiaz will be finding the first kill on to Shawsey. That's a quick trade from Kraken, but you can actually see the players pulling away from the A side. And finally, the push will be happening. From Khan, utility will be spent towards the temple, trying to pull these players in. That's a couple of dodged bullets. It's getting a little bit spooky at the moment as one flat throw drops one of the players. What a kill coming in from Rolf to actually bring it back, but they still don't have the control. 10 seconds on the clock. Juan, he kind of gets stepped in there. That's going to be Rolf with the defending kill as well. And Johnny, they make it a 9. ITB. Oh, no. This is just getting crazy at the moment, but it's still falling to the side of the Swedes. The chaotic gameplay just works out for them. There was so many situations where they could have actually turned this around, but it just doesn't work out. The emotions. You can see it in the chat. Nice trade. Spooke gets the kill on the Synopsis. That's going to be the quick trade from Smuya. Drops down Shazi. Kiaz. One defending kill from middle. That's a bit more control for the boys. Spooke going for the main hold. And here we go. This could be the B side. Just holding it a bit too long. A will be the site that they're going to go for. Nice Kiaz dropping down Spooky to actually try to make this a third round at least for them. They need everything at this point. And into the breach, they take their third round, but it's It's a little bit of a swan song here. A pistol will be needed. Of course, on the T side, you can make your own magic happen. Do your own magic. The nip moment. But it's a lot of work from the back foot. Looking at the kills. Ooh. None of the players crossing that 10. 5 and 3 from Boros and Synopsy. And we know for a fact Boros actually got a double on one of those rounds that didn't pan out to anything. So it's not pretty. To be honest, one flat throw, 7-9. I thought he got wrecked a little bit more than I was waiting for, but that's not that bad. Meanwhile, Johnny speeds almost every single player very close to that 10 line. A team 50. Millie, try to forgive him. He's a little bit drunk at the moment. He's trying his best. To be honest, I have to say that. It's very chaotic. But, yeah, it is what it is. I'm just thinking about what do they have to do to pull this back. Do we have any ITB fans in the chat? Again, let's take a little bit of a temperature check here. As we are getting a little bit closer on Ancient, we had a very vocal chat. The same goes for Johnny Speeds as middle gets actually brought down by Chew. That's going to be Boros with a double entry. And it's just chaos. Bob XD, take a seat. Hopefully your buttocks likes it. It's very cold, or actually hot, depending. Bomb will be planted towards that A side, and Johnny, well, if they wanted to win this cleanly, ooh, chaos, looking clean. Do we have any ITB supporters? Do we have Johnny Speed supporters? What's the situation like? I saw some of the countries earlier. I didn't really comment on that, but we have a couple of Americans here in chat too. Howdy how, boys. First round, the needed round. ITB will be shutting it down. Looking very good. Spam this peach for into the breach. Okay. Here we go. A lot of Speeds fan in the chat. I love seeing this. A lot of ITB fans too. Hope will not be lost. Synopsy just waiting patiently on the other side of that molly. To be honest, he could go for the probe here. If he dies, it doesn't really matter. They're just going to gain Mac 10. And they at least are going to know that the push is, or the hold is, at middle. So A side is fully open, and for AKs, if you want to push in from the camera room, it's not going to be a good time, especially with that nade Synopsy. Takes a lot of damage from it. Not ITB fans, just bears. Okay, I understand. It's cool. 5th round of the board. That is 4 away from a tie. We saw something crazy happen on Ancient. Now the question is, can it be just remade? Can we see that situation again? Can we see an overtime? Can we see maybe a full swing? Or is it just going to be Johnny Speeds locking this down? Okay, there's spam this speech for Into the Breach. Do we have anything for Johnny Speeds? Come on, not just the Swedish flags with the logo. Guys, get creative. There's a battle. This is war. This isn't kindergarten. Let's go. Bye from Johnny. First one. The same thing that goes for ITB through the smoke. Oh, actually, for a second I thought it was, but it was actually rolled from different angle. We need to fight against John and Flatro. That's going to be spooky. Fully blind to drop down Boros. Goes for the second speak. Oh, he could actually go for the swing, but no, he's going to smoke himself off to play a little bit more space. But Kios doing a very good job to drop down Draken. A 3 versus 3. Couple of the players very low in HP. Kios has to be a little bit careful. Jazzy, the same thing goes for him. Side control kinda goes for the side of Into the Breach. They have to be careful if they want to go for the bomb plant. Some utility to be used. 3 smokes. Nothing to create space or damage. Just to hold those angles. That's gotta be the trades coming in. Bob XC kills Kios. That's gonna be Synopsy with his own kill on the Spook. Both of the creators, Synopsy forgetting the connector's angle. What is happening at the moment? Even the push coming in. Smooya, he has to isolate this into a one-on-one, and Bob XD plays the corner so well. I have to say, Synopsy, he forgot about that angle, and I'm not entirely sure what the info was. Was it supposed to be that Smooya was holding that angle, or did he just forget it? Tactical pause. There might be some harsh words being exchanged at the moment. That was a very good chance for them to actually bring that into a victory, but no. Bob XT plays it to perfection. I think that was a triple too at the end. With a AUG. Here's Johnny. Swedish power prevail. Spam these feet for Johnny speeds. For some reason, our Autobot just took care of that, so... None of that in the chat, it seems like. No feet things, okay? No fetishes. Early smoke for mid. Draken will be flashing. It seems like they want to go for the comp play, so... They're not going to go for the aggressive hold. Understanding that there might be some pistols just waiting for those angles. Spook actually drops down Chaos. That's going to be the quick trade from Doros to open up the site at least. A smoke to gain a little bit space and a nade for the window, but both of the players get away from that situation. Fairly similar HP as well. Synopsis just 007ing this situation ridiculously well, but the problem is he still needs to win a fight. Gets away from that situation. That could have been a very early good kill. But he gets bullied on that corner. Boros drops Drake and one flat throw. Gets a kill on the Shasi. That's gonna be Rolf to drop one of the Albanians. And two players very low in HP. This time around, Bob XD isn't here. Oh god, that nade is just perfect. Almost the second one as well. Rolf makes it doable in front of the smoke. It's going to please. Oh my god, Spooky! Ready for both of the angles. And that's the retake for Johnny Speeds. 11 on the board. A round away from a map point into the breach. I have to say it. I don't want to be biased, but I have to say it. That looked like it was supposed to be ITB's round. With a couple of touches. Synopsy getting very close to that long lurk. Not hitting the shots. Oh. Sometimes it's tough. But let's see if they still have the energy, the power, whatever you want to call it, to keep this up. Broken by, but it's... They have something, I guess. AK duels. At least there's a trade. For a second there, it looked kind of funny. Draken drops down. Well, he drops one of the brothers, but that's going to be the second one to get the trade at least. Actually, it was Boros. He's gaining some couple of good kills here. Even if his team isn't walking the best stats, at least he's doing work. 13 to 13. Another fight from the A side that works out for a kill. Meanwhile, trades coming around. That's going to be Shasi with the kill on the Synopsy, but Chaos gets his trade. This is just tough. Bomb will be planted. Utility will be spent. And Rolf will be happy with the ops save. Into the breach, finding their 6th round. And if I understand Matt, that is 5 rounds away from a tie. Very many rounds. I feel that this could be an overtime. Gotta love my name. Oops. Okay. Here we go. More rounds, please. Oh, the water is beautiful over there. I would actually be ready for a swim now. Molly to block out that middle push. That's going to be the second one to take care of the double doors holder. Johnny Speeds. They're just going to push on the other side of it. This is a buy from them. So into the breach, they have to be a little bit careful where they're going to be pushing, especially with Rolf. If they don't check this angle. I've seen some crazy plays from the altar. Especially from this side of the platform. That's going to be the double. Kills needed. Draken comes out actually with the double shot. That's going to be Rolf with only one. I thought he was the one to get those 2 kills. But the trade's finally coming around. That's going to be Smuya to bring it back to 2 versus 2. And one flat throw. Will be trying to scale the side with him. Taking care of that connector hold. Need to open up the smoke. They're not going to see a thing. Johnny Speeds, if they're not careful, they might either walk in front of the crosshair or even think that this could be the wrong side. The Deagle works out for one, but this is all a bamboozle. It's a fake. This is a joke. It's a prank on the B side. Meanwhile, Juan will be getting that bomb down. And as both of the players are very low, they kind of have to go for a choice here. Of course, they want to go for a retake. 25 seconds left on that bomb. It's got to be the first side off the flash to pop out. They're gonna actually dodge it. This is getting a little bit dangerous, especially if Draken gets that corner. Juan, he might be going down now if he goes for the peak. 10-second defuse. It goes for the first one. Oh, it works out perfectly. Full swing to cover up that op. And there's a saying, Draken, the easy shots they miss, the hard ones they hit. Draken. Since NIP, missing the easy ones. Kind of like Smuya in a way. I've heard that the best thing to do is to insult everybody equally, so that's what we're doing. Synopsy. The play is looking a little bit better. 4 rounds away from a tie. Into the breach. They're still keeping the hope up for their fans over here. A full hold between those mollies. That's going to be the nade. Every single CT will be dodging the upper platform. And this will be a lot of exit kills in about a second. Oh, that's a lot of damage from a nade. And one flat throw, he gets the idea. That's got to be the Mac 10 to try to farm a couple of kills. He doesn't get even one. Bob XD shuts him down before he even gets to play. A smoke. To not make the retake happen. And here we go. Mowed down from Kiosk. Oh, just quite shy from the last bullet. It's okay. That's a triple kill at least. Boros gets the 1. And kaboom goes the bomb. That's 3 rounds for Into the Breach to bring it to a tie. And this is where the game usually gets a little bit more hectic in a way. The closer you get, the more pressure there is. And the larger the mistakes impact. I have no idea what that means, but okay. Let's see if they can actually pull this off now. Ooh. That's been a long game. Early shots here. Trying to go for the timings, not really hitting any. A 4-hour game. 1 flat throw drops down Shawsy. That's actually going to be the first very good entry without taking any damage. And on both sides of that smoke, the players were ready. But Johnny Speeds, they're not going to go for the flat hold. Taking a little bit of a better angle to give them another chance. But if there's going to be a trade, this is going to be chaotic. At least they bring the numbers stably back towards the... Well, it's brought back into a tie in a way, but the problem is there's a little bit damage being done onto Bob XD. He can't really go for the fights that he's wishing for. And Boros with the side control, I'm not sure if it's been spotted, especially with that shot to the face. That's a very clean kill. And the second one coming on to the temple. Do they know that Spooky is actually inside that quad? He goes for the kill on the bomb, and this is a 1 versus 1. Chaos has to be careful, but goes for the swing, wins the fight. And that's ITB bringing it closer to a tie. Oh, you can see Johnny. The fans are getting a little bit more quiet. There is still some shouts there. I actually love this. You guys are active. Keep it up. I want to see this. This has to look like the chat from ESL, just full of bullshit. Keep it up. Keep spamming. I love it. Here we go for more. Save round from Johnny. It's not going to be buy rounds every single time. Early kills, just a full rush, and it works out for 2. Draken only gets 1 with a jumping Mac 10. It's going to be Batman using every single advantage that he has. There's no reason. The best way to actually hit shots with the Mac 10 is to jump. Spooky drops Synopsy and a quick trade from the window. And I think that's the chance that they had. Okay, sorry for that, Rolf. I didn't mean it. Picks up that AK. This is getting a little bit interesting at the moment. Inside the smoke, Rolf, if he actually scales this at the perfect timing, there might be a chance, but the problem is Boros is just waiting for that swing to happen. It's done. 10 on the board. Johnny, with one of the best looking starts for this map. They are going to drop in the ball here. We are at least going to see a buy round to try to stop that comeback from happening. And look at that, the Swedish fans activate. Where are the ITB fans? This is where they need you. They need that energy. Where you boys at? Round 22. 1:45 left on the clock. There's a lot of time to play for. The logo is burning and everything. Synopsy getting a little bit closer from the con. That's going to be Boros. Impactful player has been dropped at the start. Smuia just waiting for a swing from the con. Just checking that smoke, making sure that his teammate won't be killed without a trade. And the silence. Very silent on this round. Nobody's making a move. Just a simple molly. It's gonna be the second one. Smoke for the temple. Rolf watching that angle. If you could get a kill, that could be enough for the defense. Utility being used as a nade, but it doesn't do as much damage as they were hoping for. Perfect flash for Rolf to go for the peak. Gets this backside control. One flat throw hits the pavement. Utility will be used to open up those smokes. Chaos actually finds a kill onto Rolf behind the smoke. That's going to be Shasi with 1. From Quad, Shasi actually digs one of the players. That has to be a push from Smuia, but it goes for nothing. And Shasi even picks up the op, goes for the pick, but it's going to be Spooky to shut him down. 12 on the board. Johnny, they wake up. OT at least for the Swedes. A map point, match point, upper bracket point into the breach. Working for so long to bring this back. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. The closer they get, the larger the scale of those mistakes become. And oh, Papa Johnny. They're giving us a show. Tactical bows from into the breach. That's the only thing they can do at this point. They have to talk about their feelings. How does this impact the game? 3 seconds. I'm not entirely even sure what they can actually talk about at this point. So far, their T side has been pretty good. A bit of a mistake on that last portion of that last round's push, to be honest. The B side execution worked out well. But it's just a tough situation to be at. You have to do something. But the problem is, if you don't, that's the game. If you do and it's the wrong choice, that's a game again. This is usually where the IGLs start to shine. It's this situation to try to bring it back to an overtime. Pop flash for Canals. And oh boy, have we had a show so far. Rolf, as a solo man, ready for that B-side stack. A couple of players just waiting on the other side. Already Canals control coming in from Johnny. For a round like this, they're actually going for that information, going for the aggressive CT side play. And it seems to be working so well. Look at the lurk. The only thing BobXD has to be careful is about the push. He's going to find the first player from middle. He could actually go for the second kill as well, but he's going to step back. That's going to be Shasi to actually get the kill onto Synopsy and shoot players down into the breach, giving so much control for Johnny Speeds. And oh, they're going to gobble it up. At least they get the trade from the T-spawn, but this is reset with a minute left on the clock. A man down. They have to start from the beginning. At least Juan. El hombre. The cowboy. Doing something. A smoke to clear out the push. There's a little bit of a gap. But it gets cleared out by the spread of that smoke. And you can just see the protocols coming out of Johnny Speeds. But there's a hold. Juan is not ready for the second kill for Rolf. And I think that's it. Johnny Speeds giving us a game so far and looking very good. As Muya is the only player to survive in a spot like this. And I have to say the upper bracket is looking clean as F. Johnny, they make it at last on Anubis. 13-10, maybe giving a little bit of a comeback for ITB. But I have to say ITB gave us a hell of a show. It just quite didn't pan out. It was one of those situations. You tried your best, it just didn't work out. And I have to say, 22-19 on Ancient. That was a very long game. After that, hopping into Mirage, just getting absolutely blasted. But it seems like the chat were on the side of Johnny Speeds. And the energy kept up until the end. So, Johnny finding their spot on the upper bracket. They're going to go against the winner of Aesthetic and TSM. So, that will be figured out tomorrow. Meanwhile, Into the Breach are not out of the tournament yet. So, they're just going to fall to the lower bracket and, well, they get another chance. So, that was it. It's very hot. So, we are going to be ending the stream here. We only get one best of 3 for today. Hopefully, you guys are okay with that. But tomorrow, we get 3. That's a lot. See you tomorrow. Have a good time. Bye-bye.